Hello, welcome back to the Mr. Arsenal podcast or match day watch along yet again. This is match day now because of last week's postponements. For the obvious reasons, this is match day technically 6 now. 6? No, 7, sorry, match day 7. Would have been match day 8, but obviously obvious reasons it was last week's game was postponed, so this is match day 7 now. Our game does go ahead, obviously, because I'm here. And as you can see, the team are going to be wearing their black kit today as well. We're away to Brentford. Over the weekend, a few other games have gone ahead. Man City won against Wolves, 3-0. Them lot were made to look amazing against a very, very substandard Leicester City, so we say. And won 6-2, so they're now second in the league behind City on goal difference. So Arsenal now, nothing more than a win puts us back into top 2, i.e. top of the table, and above them, not down the road, and shuts them up after a little 24 hours of woo. But yeah, also I will be joined today by a panel. I've got Liam on his way. He'll be joining us very soon before kickoff. Gary as well will be joining us just before kickoff as well. So yeah, if you haven't, do subscribe to smash that like button and do share the content around. It does massively help the channel get more recognised as we grow. But yeah, let's get into it. Whilst we're waiting for the other guys to join us and everyone to get in. Basically, Ramsdale obviously starting wasn't no surprise there in that sense because obviously number one he's Ramsdale. He ain't done nothing wrong so far. Touch wood. Ben White, even though he has an injury, by the way, and couldn't be selected for England because of an injury, he's playing at right back today. Saliba, Gabriel, and then Tierney's at left back. Zinchenko, he's got a slight calf injury along with Odegaard, our captain, so they're both out. And then we've got Xhaka. Partey is back as well. So we've got Xhaka and Partey, our first choice pivot in the midfield. Obviously our strongest pivot. Saka, and because I've already mentioned Odegaard's not been in the squad today, Fabio Vieira makes his first Premier League start for the Gunners. Then you've got Martinelli and Jesus leading the line. On the bench, we've got Matt Turner, Tomiyasu, Rob Holding, Salsa, Lokonga, Matt Smith, and making his first appearance on the bench for the senior side anyway, 15-year-old Nawari, who if he does come on as a sub today, if he's a used sub today, he'll break Cesc Fabregas's Premier League record of being the youngest player to play for Arsenal. So hold that in mind as well. Marquinhos and Eddie also fill the bench as well. Getting to the chat quickly, so I do apologise. Got Troy's already joined us. Troy, how you doing, my friend? Hope you're keeping well. And all that, and how's your week been since obviously when I saw you last Thursday, I saw you in. I can't remember. I apologise if I can't remember if you was in on Friday. The long day yesterday. Well, I say long day, it was more me sleeping yesterday because I had no sleep on Friday. For the people that know that, basically, that was in on Friday know why I didn't sleep at all. I literally, yesterday was like, I just woke up enough in time to watch and pray Leicester did us a favour yesterday. Obviously they didn't, which made me think I was supposed to stay asleep really, but still. Colonel saying started early, no game, don't start until near 2 on Sky. Oh, Sky haven't sorted their shit out. Okay, that's on them though. Kick-off was initially, before we rescheduling because of what's happening tomorrow, was originally 2 o'clock kickoff, but due to rescheduling to have this game go ahead, so we had the police and all that, didn't really affect what's going off in the other side of London. It got moved to a 12 o'clock kickoff, and the 4:30, the Super Sunday 4:30, the main event for Super Sunday, Everton v West Ham, that's been moved from 4:30 to 2:30, something like that. It basically just after our game finishes, basically. But yeah, in terms of the lineup, I mean, it makes me laugh. Obviously, as I say, Ben White doesn't get selected for the England squad. I've mentioned this on Friday. Absolutely, everyone's going, media people and all that, and going bigger platforms going, oh, Ben White's got an injury, that's why he hasn't been picked. Well, clearly not, because he's playing today. Tommy Ash is on the bench. What? It's just that's be done for shopping then. Oh yeah, because everything closes early today as well. No, there's no thing. Oh, bloody hell. Pop down the road quick. Run down the road. Run. Get all the necessities in. Yeah, my words out. That'd be fantastic. That shows how tired my body is. I'm still not fully awake yet. This is bizarre. But obviously, yeah. Did a 6-hour stint off. Literally after I finished on Friday, for anyone who doesn't know, after we did a stream for the women's game on Friday, as soon as I finished, got myself together, literally trainers, got my jacket, and off down to London. Well, West Devon's off to London anyway. And in the disabled queue, which by the way, for the first hour, for some reason they thought the organiser thought it was a smart idea to put the sick and disabled out in the freezing cold. Words clearly got out and we got moved indoors. And I just waited for 4.5 hours before we got moved on and made our way to Westminster to pay our respects. And literally, as we've got in, changing of the guard at 6 a.m. And yeah, all good. And let's bring Liam in now. 1 second. How you doing, Liam?
Not bad, mate. Yourself?
Yeah, well, still recovering from a very long stint on Friday night into Saturday morning. Oh, dear.
How are you? Otherwise, all good?
Otherwise, apart from that, yeah, I'm all good. I'm just saying.
Just looking at our bench. So, sorry, I've just seen our bench.
Yeah.
Who are these two lads?
Well, one of them's a fifth. Who you on about? There's a couple. There's Salso's one of our under 23s. He's been on the bench before. You've got Matt Smith, the doctor, and Loawi is a new one. But basically, he's 15, and if he comes on as a youth sub today, he'll break Cesc Fabregas's record, Premier League debut record, for being the youngest player to play for Arsenal.
Wow. Don't know what else to say about that.
Yeah. But apart from that, we've got obviously, as I say, Turner, Tomiyasu, Holding, Samuel Lokonga, Mokilios, and Eddie, other more senior players on the bench.
Wow.
I was just saying how.
What else to say?
I was just saying before I mentioned what I was doing on Friday into Saturday. I find it out completely bizarre that the whole excuse of fucking Southgate not picking Ben White was he's injured, but yet here he is playing today.
Well, we all know that Southgate's got his favourites, don't we? And doesn't matter whether you're playing for Manchester United or not, you're going to be picked for the World Cup, basically. I can't. He's so out of form, Harry Maguire. It's unbelievable, but
well, it's just Harry Maguire, Luke Shaw, Mason Mount.
Yeah.
But like 5 or 6 players that shouldn't be in that team because they ain't playing for their club. Period.
Yeah.
Yeah, we seen yesterday. What was it? James Maddison, absolutely tearing it up, but he's not in the squad.
Well, I just never get why James Maddison's not in the squad. I think James Maddison's a fantastic player. Right. If there's ever a chance getting him into our squad, I'd love it. Even with Odegaard. Do you know what I mean? I think he's absolutely fantastic, Maddison. Yeah, I just don't get how we don't get a sniff whatsoever. Like, he's a better player than Mason Mount.
Yeah.
But that's my opinion.
Yeah.
Right?
No, yeah. He's more consistent. He has more to his armory than a Mason Mount does.
He scores more goals. He's got the threat that he can take a decent free kick.
Yeah.
And for me, he's just not one better player. Like, if he was playing, right, if he was playing for any of the top 4 clubs, mate, he'd be in the England squad.
Yeah.
All day long. He'd be in the England squad. If he played for Manchester United right now, he'd be in the England squad.
Yeah. We played, saying that, but we played for Arsenal, he wouldn't get in. Because he scored 20 goals.
Yeah, no, probably not. But Southgate don't like picking Arsenal players, does he? I know he's obviously got Saka, but he can't not pick Saka. But naturally, he's never liked picking Arsenal players.
No, and basically his hands been with Ramsdale, even though Ramsdale's would be sort of basically the number 2 to Jordan. His hands been forced again because Pickford's now injured. But if Pickford was available, Ramsdale would be picked, but not as the starter. He would be like there from morale, basically, which I find bizarre. Again, I'm more. I don't call it biased, but I prefer. We see it week in, week out. I'd rather have Ramsdale in between the six from the country than Jordan Pickford.
I think the only one that I can justify at the moment who's got an inclusion, and I think he's a good player, is Tony. I think he's done well enough over the last.
Well, he's earned it. That's the ironic thing. He's actually earned it on his form.
Yeah, he's the one player who's earned it. Because I think he's a good player, mate. I think he's a really good player. I know he's got a bit of an attitude problem at times, but I think if you take that aside for 1 minute, like they sold Ollie Watkins and they got a better player in.
Yeah, it's just a tad. Again, you compare them to Tony has so much more to his game as well. So as you say, they've got the better end of the deal at the end of the day.
I actually think even Tammy Abraham's a decent player. Do you know what I mean? I think we've actually got like a couple of decent forwards that could come on, but you know as well as I do, we won't see him in the World Cup whatsoever. Like if Kane's not scoring or whatever, like he did last time, he won't change it. He won't change it and bring him on.
No.
Like, wasn't it Calvert-Lewin last time? I know obviously he's not going to be in it this time, but wasn't it Calvert-Lewin that got dropped and we had no strikers?
Yeah,
at the 23 in one. I think it was the Scotland game, weren't it? Strange.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Played the false 9 and all that, but malarkey. Yeah, that worked out, didn't it? But I say, in terms of we mentioned Ivan Toney, I think he's going to be. I mean, in terms of Saliba and the Gabriel partnership as a whole, it'll give Saliba more. Out of all these opponents he's faced so far, Saliba, this will be the more challenging one because of what Tony can bring to the table.
Yep.
And it's just showing he's obviously what he's doing this season already.
I need to see better from Gabriel. I was critical of him in that Zurich game, weren't I? And
rightly so, because literally he was just he was at fault for the first goal that they scored. It's his naivety and stupidity basically that led to that first goal going in. And he's just overall, we've seen it a few times, even last season against Wolves at home. He starts off the game, and in certain games he's like a deer in headlights. Like doesn't know what he's doing, doesn't know what he's playing like a naive kid that just come through the ranks. Basically, he doesn't know what his profession is. Basically, he makes his silly mistakes. But thankfully, we've had someone like Saliba and obviously Ben White as well, who coming to cover to be there.
Yeah,
it could be a lot worse.
No, I think you're totally right. But I think today, even though this is a tough test, I'm still fairly confident. I think Partey coming back is massive. And do you know what? I know people go that Odegaard's not fit, and I think he's had some really unfair criticism at the start of this season. I've been totally honest. The Man United game weren't that we lost the game because we deserved to, we did deserve to lose the game in the end because the way we defended. But if you look at the game in a whole, we dictated that game. Do you know what I mean? Like at no point before they went 2-1 did we think we was going to lose the game. And that's how comfortable we was. And I don't really get why he's getting so much criticism. But at the same time, I think it's good to see this Fabio Vieira. Like I think it's good that he's got like a Xhaka and Partey behind him as well. So he's got a solid centre midfield. Like against Zurich, he had Lokonga, but it's a totally different ball game getting Partey in that team because Partey's a guy who can get the ball and he will play the ball forward as well. Do you know what I mean? He will play the ball into your feet. Yeah,
definitely. And also with, I think the opponent as well, because of how they play as well, I think this is perfect for him as well because he'll get more time he will get time on the ball to do what he'll normally do. This isn't a, full due respect to Brentford, a team that's going to be in your face, physical, and Stoke City. This is going to be a very open game, and that's going to allow him more space to do what he needs to do.
Yeah, no, definitely. So I think, it's a good. I think it's a nice game. I think it's a good game for him to come into, and I think the only criticism I give Odegaard at the moment, they're only obviously shooting a little bit, but I do want to see a few more assists to his game. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this is where I think Vieira may be just that little bit better in that final third, where that you see it against Man United straight away, where he's literally looking for that through ball. And I think this may kind of give Jesus a little bit more kind of ammo in terms of opportunities.
Yeah. And he'll be fired up as well because he's been dropped from the Brazil squad. I think, as Colonel just mentioned, he's happy that the three Gabbies aren't travelling the other side of the world to play for the country. But obviously, it's near the World Cup for them professionally in their own aspect of things. That's going to hurt them even more. And that's going to motivate them because now after this, it's the World Cup in 8 weeks' time.
Yeah.
So now it's like
it's a shock when you look at that Brazil's attacking lineup. Like, it's incredible, isn't it? Like that they can afford to drop out Jesus, Martinelli. You just look at that Brazil team, you're like, wow. Like the two goalkeepers, like the best two goalkeepers in the Premier League. Yeah. It's just an unreal team. But the only problem with that Brazil team, like typical Brazil, is defensively, isn't it? Like, they're relying on Thiago Silva.
Oh God. Haven't Luis still playing by any chance?
Hello, guys.
All right, Gary's in new settings by the looks of it.
It must be a very good morning to you, sir.
Oh, yeah, it's a bit early, as you can tell. Yeah,
I can tell by your throat voice, mate.
Yeah. It's
This will be you in a couple months' time.
Yeah, it's just where I'll be cheering USA, and you'll be crying, boo-hoo, Southgate. That's what you'll be. So, hello, everybody in the chat.
Russ in the chat as well just joined us.
I just got my coffee, so
yeah, got mine over there as well.
Oh man.
But as I was saying, Gary, as I talk about the lineups and all that, and obviously Ben White, even though he's meant to be injured, he's starting. Fabio Vieira, how this is going to be a good game for him because of the opponent we're playing. They're going to be very open, basically, to allow him to play his way of playing. It's not going to be like a Stoke City-esque, Burnley-esque team where it's going to be in your face to try to take you out.
Yep. No, I mean, it's well, like you said, as soon as that, like you said, that white decision usually doesn't work in our favor when there's a player who's in and out the lineup or in and out of practice coming into the game. It hasn't worked out for us, so hopefully this is not the case. But we do have Tomiyasu on the bench, so that's the one thing that we haven't had in a while, right? Is we've got depth now, so in positions, most of the positions of need. Partey being back is good. I've always said I would have rather not play him because I just don't. I want him to play the North London Derby, and I fear he won't return from international duty.
It'll be all like
So
if that game goes ahead, though, that's the thing because there's now rumours that if the rumoured train strikes go ahead, that game could be postponed to another date.
Which is ridiculous, right? I mean, it's if it's not one thing, it's another thing in terms of games now. So, no, that's now why does the train strike?
Because it's multiple lines, I think. Because it's multiple lines, it's going to affect fans that can't drive and all that, or get caught.
But why do they care about the fans on this scenario? But in the other scenarios that you guys are complaining about even more, you're like, well, they don't care about us. But for now, they care about you now when it's really you either drive in early, right?
Because it doesn't look good for them if there's no fans in the stadium, does it? It doesn't look good on them.
But the other scenarios are the same things, though, right? They haven't done things in terms of making it available for the funds. Maybe you're right about but I mean, I think in this scenario, people will find a way to get there. Yes, with the strike, I can't say for sure, but I'm just like, it's North London Derby. People will try to find a way to make it there on a Saturday. It's not like it's a late Sunday match or a Friday match where most people might have work. So it's I can only talk about this from all the way over here.
Yeah.
But I can assume that Saturday's an easier match to get to because you don't have work on either side of have work afterwards that could affect some people's availability to actually make it out there. So like I said, I have no clue as to the logistics of that for most British fans. So, but yeah, no, I we got Vieira in there, and I'm happy to see that. And I mean, that's what he was brought in for, right? When the players come in for a particular reason, and they actually get to perform in that particular scenario, like this one, Erdegaard is out, then let him. He's got to play. That's why we spent a lot of money on him. If he's healthy, and he showed us some good things in the last match. I think him and Marquinhos were probably the two best players on the pitch at the time
Two
with some of
standouts, yeah.
with the things that they were doing. So there you go. This is what we wanted. This is why we asked for depth. This is what it looks like. So we
Yeah.
should
Do
go
you
with
think,
it.
well, obviously with the events that happened in the UK, games obviously being postponed last week, do you think that's a benefit? Obviously with Partey obviously coming back, that's a massive benefit because we've got him back after the last defeat we had in the league. But certain players that weren't performing last time out in terms of the Zurich away game, because obviously PSV got called off as well midweek. Do you think having them that extra couple of days on the training pitch is going to benefit us more
Uh,
than it would have been if we'd gone and played with PSV on Thursday?
Yeah, and I guess I say I have to wait and see because it hasn't in the past. It seems like we've been on a roll and it's worked better for us. Is our coaching and our players on the same page with the time off? Because I would expect we should be able to come in, and Brentford we should be one more clinical. Two,
Yeah.
and hopefully we learn that we're not going to give a team an opportunity to run one at our back line, with no resistance, those types of things. So that's what I'm hoping for with the time off. And as you said, everybody should be ready to go. They should be able to go 100%.
Yeah.
Because we still have the same concerns as Gabriel Margulies gonna, have a couple of brain farts out there. Is he gonna be
Yeah.
100% engaged? Is Partey actually healthy? This is gonna be a tough game. We need him to be, want to have one of his best games of the season for us in this one. All right, we need to control that middle. And Vieira, and we haven't seen him against tough competition. But our front line should do what they've done before. We just need to be clinical with the shots, opportunities that they get. So and the time off. Hopefully, that's what they've been working on, right?
Hopefully, yeah.
Because finishing is really the only issue we have with the front three in terms of what they've been doing. They've done a lot, but we know that there's a lot more that we haven't even seen them click all together at the same time, which is probably hard to do, but somebody needs to stand out, right?
Yeah.
Like Jesus. When is Jesus gonna have his
Have his
three
moment.
goal creation day where he
Yeah.
just everything he does goes in, and he's the main. He I think he's the glue, but I need him to be like the star, right?
Yeah, team's coming out on our screen, by the way, here live in the UK. Both
Arteta's proper dressed up.
Yeah, both
Okay.
in black. Arteta's made the effort himself. Both managers have been given a reach to take to the middle of the pitch. Obviously, start their tributes towards Her Majesty the Queen, her passing.
Let me see.
Let's not do what Liverpool did, guys. Let's not do what they did during the week.
I got a couple of things going on over here. We've got I don't know if you guys heard YouTube TV. I don't know if you have that.
Heard of it, but I haven't got. I don't know. I don't think so. No.
Yeah.
This is really positive. Russ in the chat. A positive Russ in the chat says.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Fucking hell, Mr. Morgan.
You can tell it's early when Russ has been this positive, so we say.
Even the Queen weren't in rain at that point.
Yeah.
No. Was doing a minute silence. We're about to.
So let's see. See, I don't know. I guess the game's supposed to start in 4 minutes, right? Because over here, the channels that would be showing it aren't showing anything for 4 minutes. So I'm just have to wait here and hope that when the game starts, they switch over here. Right now, I am watching Criminal Minds, I think it is. Oh, Law and Order. Is that's all that's on there? Come on. And that should happen. Yeah. If the game starts on time, then I won't. I'm not seeing any like pre-game stuff right now. It's early in the morning. I think we don't get that. You said are they walking? You said they're walking onto the pitch.
Yeah, just on a minute's silence. So just about to do the national anthem now. God Save the King as well. Yeah, so literally your feeds will be coming up any time now. They've literally just done minute silence and all the tributes to the Queen, God Save the King as well. So yeah, we're kicking off any moment now, basically. 2 minutes away from kickoff ahead of time. Mr. Bungles in the chat says there's 3,800 D white names in the yellow pages and not a single Mr. Bungle.
That's crazy, man.
Just obviously what on Gary was saying a minute about Thomas Partey. I think if he turns up, Stan, I think we should win this game. I think that it's basically if Thomas Partey turns up, then I'm pretty comfortable that we'll win this game today. And I think with the Thomas Partey Xhaka partnership, it seems to be that they get the best out of each other as well. So I think that I'm most comfortable when them two are playing at the moment. If I'm being totally honest, I think once we lose one of them, that's when we lose a little bit.
Yeah, look a bit shaky, you know.
Yeah, and we still haven't got the replacement, have we? I don't think Lukonga's ready personally still.
Yeah.
Oh, it takes time, but obviously he's looked more promising in the games he has played because obviously he's had that experience, had next to guide him.
Oh, don't get me wrong, he is a good player, but it's just the key moments at the Man United game. I think would just show that there's still a lot for him to kind of learn.
Oh yeah, exactly. As I say, as time goes on, he plays alongside either Partey or Granit. He one of the two in the pivot as time goes on throughout the season and going into next. He'll grow into himself, and we'll see hopefully a more confident Lukonga that can be called upon, and you don't have that concern going into every game, mate. What Sammy we get him, but time will tell on that one. But he's a young lad. He will learn on the job basically. But yeah, as you say, he made the effort today. No flashy stuff. Literally comes suited and booted, black armband as well. Thomas Frank in black.
All right, so yeah, I'm on here now. So they just hugged and Jacques is wearing the armband.
Yeah, he's captain, takers no Ardegar. And we're off. Here we go.
Yeah, I will be behind you because they are just showing Arteta sitting on the bench.
Well, you're about 15 seconds behind then. You're not majorly behind by the looks of it. Come on, let's bounce back from the last league out.
Yeah.
Put the team to the sword. Go back top table, but also at the same time send that message out as well.
Yeah.
Let's not do Man United.
I think this is good as well in terms of it's a bit like the Palace game, innit, where we've got something to prove at their place, like we did with Palace last year after the defeat. I think I want to see that kind of performance, obviously better, but I want to see that kind of performance where we got that in between our teeth when they're not going to do that to us again.
Yeah. With that thought, that's we kind of in this type of game, like you said, we play it like Crystal Palace, but then we play in Old Trafford, and you're like, well, I want the same kind of performance that we got in the Crystal Palace game. In that one, we didn't get it. We didn't get it at all. not the way they came out, anyways, and the way they responded after they drew up the match. So they get.
Go
Go
on.
on, go on, go on, go now.
Oh, he's got to finish that. You've got to finish that,
Fellaini.
mate. You've got to finish that. Shaka's done
Fellaini.
well there, mate.
Yeah. Martinelli at the crucial moment fell on his backside and hit his kick.
He
Yeah,
slipped.
yeah. That's safe on his backside.
He's done really well there, Shaka.
Yeah, he's gone over, and basically as he's gone over, he's completely mishit the shot. So he scuffed it straight into the goalkeeper's hands.
How often do we do that, man? Where the goalkeeper just makes a really comfortable save? Oh, come on! Oh my gosh! How could you? This is all you. This is your only job. Get your feet right. I mean, I say it all the time. Just never set up to shoot. I mean, I don't think he was prepared for that ball to come in there, and he's supposed to be. That's his job, to be ready to shoot. And like you said.
Defend, covers yours.
Oh, come on, ref.
Oh. And then that starts, right?
Yeah. Wins a 50. Fabio Vieira wins a 50. It's a 50.
He has to finish that, mate. He has to fit. This is where he needs to get more ruthless in his game.
Well, the thing is, how do you kick the top of the ball like that, right? It's the little things. Your feet are not set. I mean, at the least you should be.
Such a great chance.
Yeah.
So the chance is so bad that Russ has gone full on capital letters now, and he's commenting full on capitals.
Well, that is one of the things I said, right? We need to finish. We need to be finishing, right? We should be working on that. And this one was
it's Leicester fucking poor.
I think the difference is, isn't it? I think the difference is with Man City, man, they'll finish that chance. They're ruthless, isn't they? This is just where we are at the moment. But do you know what I mean?
When you got Harnett, you can literally kick the ball into the net against Dortmund the midweek. I mean,
he's an animal.
That just tells you that you have to be practicing this stuff over and over and over again. So, because we play a big game, we don't get that kind of a chance that early.
No,
right?
Exactly.
I mean,
Brentford. Do you remember the one he had against Palace early on as well?
Yeah. But Martinelli, literally got the first 2-3 minutes of the season, yeah.
I mean, Grealish scores early in the game because what?
Oh, God, this don't look good. Oh.
Well, we've got Saliba as well, putting him off there. Well done, Saliba. On his ground again. Allowed everyone get back.
Yeah, this is the part of the game where he's got to become ruthless. Do you know what I mean? This is what the next part of Martinelli's game is, because he's got everything in his game. He can get in the positions. He's got the pace. Do you know what I mean? It's just now about him converting chances, and he does. For me, he does miss a lot of chances at the moment.
Yeah. And he also misses.
I think this is, and the thing about it, this is like the natural progression of his game. Right? Last year, we're like expecting him to improve. He has, but this year, we might be asking too much of him, based on how he's progressing. I just don't.
Yeah.
Now Saka definitely should be finishing because of where he's been the last 2 seasons.
Yeah.
Erdegaard, we know he can shoot, so he needs to just shoot. And Jesus hopefully needs to show the way. I think we need more from him, even though we've got a lot. We need more in terms of stats.
Yeah.
And,
we definitely need. Oh, come on.
Come on.
We definitely, you're right. We definitely need more in terms of stats and goals.
Yeah.
Because we, like you say, you're sitting there before the game going, are we going to get the game where he finally gets like 2-3 goals? Because we see it in pre-season, didn't we? But obviously pre-season is a totally different formula to playing Premier League football.
Yeah.
That's a good ball.
Go. Support. Oh.
Come on, Jason. Just got to do better than that.
Got a chance again. Pass it. Just pass it. Don't shoot from there. Not the right angle. Help him, someone.
Yeah. Oh, come on. I guess you guys have already seen this. Is that what?
mean, Tilly's.
Oh, it's Jesus. I don't know why I'm like looking at going, who is
so
that?
slow. We're letting Brentford push us back.
Well, if you
So
look
slow,
at
I feel that.
if you look at us, we're just standing still.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nobody making runs at the
No.
goal, so there's nobody to pass to because they're all standing, essentially making it easy to defend. It's really easy to defend.
See, we should be going right back, should we?
No.
We shouldn't be going right back from that kind of passage of play.
We've allowed that to happen because of how slow we are in our build-up. We've
Yeah.
allowed Brentford to push us all the way back to do that.
And I
Done
hate
well
when
there,
we
Tierney.
I hate when we do that.
Oh,
and
come
we,
on, Martinelli, man. Stronger.
and we don't take advantage of the attack, right?
Well,
So you got to keep moving forward. That's the only way this works.
Fuck's sake, Gabriel. And this is where he worries me, mate.
Yeah.
This is where he worries me. When he gets dragged out, mate, that's what worries me. When Gabriel gets dragged out, it really, really concerns me.
Yeah.
I think he's trying to do too much, and it's like, don't try to do too much. Just do what you're supposed to.
That was actually a shit touch. That ended up being a good touch for them. Martinelli, mate, he's having a bit of a loose start. It's like he's too excited.
Well,
Even that touch there. The touch and the pass.
And you know what? The other part to this is Partey needs the ball because he usually calms things down in the middle.
Absolutely.
And we're bypassing him, and then everything's just like we're all over the place. Just get the ball to the man, let him control the middle like he usually does, and then Vieira can get in front of him. All right, now we're like Vieira just bypassed Partey, and then he kicked it out of bounds.
Good ball. What was that again? Look, aim for someone. Not just throw it in there for the sake of it.
Man, we just turn away from a potential attack when we have it. They know it's nice if we have the advantage, right? If we were running at somebody because we got pace.
My concern with a team like Brentford is if you go 1-0 down to them.
You opened up. We saw against United. One there, that was it. The floodgates open because then
they're very good at that.
Yeah. Well, that's discipline because if we go down 1-0, it should be no different than 0-0, right? So,
go on! Oh, for God's sake!
Good press.
Yeah, I think I don't like Jesus having to come back so much.
No, he shouldn't have to.
No.
Because he's never going to be. We need somebody up top there to be ready to go. That's like Tony is always going to be there putting pressure on the back line and the center backs. That's what Jesus needs to be. We've got Vieira and Partey. Come on. Okay, you get the ball to Partey. It quiets things down, man. The noise is gone. Get the man the ball. If he's playing, he should be getting the ball. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
If he's healthy enough to be on the pitch, then we need to get him the ball.
We know they're going to go direct. You know what I mean? Everything about them is about going direct. I think Partey started off really well, though. To be fair.
Yeah.
No, but I need him to direct it through him.
Yeah, no. I think when he's had the ball, he's been really good with it.
That's the trick. We need to give him the ball more.
Yeah, exactly. Because everything he's doing is right.
Like I said, if he's healthy, then he needs to be like one of the centerpieces to this, especially going through the middle. We're not.
We're in so much of the ball, though, that we should be doing much more with it. Good free kick. Ref! Thought you weren't going to give that then.
That's what I thought. That's what I would have.
Jesus, man, that touch there.
Literally went through Jesus there. It looks like the ref wasn't going to give it. He hesitated. Shock over there. Not too much. He grabbed his shirt and pulled him to the floor, but okay.
It's a rugby rules, I guess. Huh?
Yeah, but we're not playing rugby. Well,
They forgot.
Fabio Vieira and Martinelli saying over this free kick to whip it in, by the looks of it. Saliba's got himself up there. Get that unit.
When do we get a me or a target?
Yeah.
I want one of those guys. Because why would somebody like putting a little bit of leaving a leg in on somebody else's striker? We don't do that.
Oh, for God's sake. Take your time.
So much possession of the ball.
Yeah, we're doing nothing with it though.
Nah.
Look, now we
Partey. That's just too slow.
The base, yeah, literally. That's what I'm
It's
saying.
like no one's taking ownership.
We'll get to the final. Yeah, we'll get to the final third, and everything comes to a standstill. Again, rabbit in headlights moments. It's like, what do we do? What do we do? And also, it doesn't help. Apart from, as you say, apart from Partey there, no one else is making runs. They're all standing waiting for the ball to come to them.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's not how you play football, right?
No.
I mean, this is one of those things where I always say you got to play as one, right? Like somebody has the ball, everybody should be moving in some certain direction so that you're not passing to a stationary target. I mean,
And this is Vieira's realised about the Premier League.
It's physical. It's too physical. I'll go back to Portugal.
So I'm saying, like, people going about Odegaard, but he can take the physical side of the game as well.
Yeah.
And he's got a good build to him.
Yeah. And I think with Vieira, he'll get that as well over the time.
He will. It's just going to take time.
Yeah.
Get out to him, Martinelli.
One of those things where he should not be surprised by it. He might not like it, but he shouldn't be surprised that it's happening because that's everybody. That's the first thing we say, right? Well, he looks a little light coming in. Well, he's going to have to be not surprised that they're going to put a tackle in on him, so. Because that's the same thing happened to Marcanos, right? Again, FC Zurich. After a while, they realized, you know what? We can't just play this guy, even here. We're going to have to put something on him every time he hits the ball. Yeah, this is not the start of a match I expected. We only got, really one chance?
Yeah, in the first 15 minutes.
And we messed it up. And we played tough. That guy cannot spit, man. He spit on himself twice. That's what I just saw on the camera. He's trying to spit.
He's right on him now, isn't he? Jesus. There's nothing Saka can do there.
Yeah, it's like literally. I know Brentford's loan out their stadium to the London Irish. But bloody hell.
Shit. Oh, well done. Saka.
Oh, get up. Go. Oh,
that's a good ball.
Well done. Support will be
Problem is, mate, he's out on his own now, isn't he? Look.
Yeah, I'm saying the support will be fantastic if he could have some.
Look
again.
That's fucking awful, mate. Like, no one's even attempting. Like, Vieira should be making more of a move there, mate, to fucking do something. Vieira should be making more of a move there.
Yeah. Even Ben White should be up there by then, literally next to him. Go on. Corner, I think it is.
We'll take that. We can do one of them games where you just get like set pieces and all that.
I think this is the thing nowadays. We've got units in Saliba and Gabriel.
We're
just not getting not aiming at them properly.
Well, when you look at you got Ben White, you've got Saliba, you've got Gabriel, you've got Partey, you've got Xhaka.
Smith Rowe's got a muscle injury? It's like muscle thing, and basically nothing major. Just take precaution, but he'll be back after the international break.
Yes!
Is that
That's
counted?
in. That's a goal. That's behind the line. Yes!
Come on. Ref blown the whistle.
Saliba!
Saliba!
I'm gonna. You can't celebrate.
Saliba! Mate, I knew that was past the line straight
I know what
away.
you're talking about. It's nothing happening over
Mate,
there.
called it, didn't I? Set
Is
set
it corner?
pieces.
What did I say? We've got you
Very nice.
all that malarkey, and they're going down that. Come
Called
on!
from the smug cannon himself.
Why is
And the ref, it's just like you saw it over the line. You were calling it. The ref's there, standing there. Okay,
Mate, I could see, mate. But, hey, mate, you could tell it was beyond the line.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
especially the official who's standing in the corner? It's not like he moved, and the guy's reaching back into the goal to slap it out. Isn't it goal line technology and all that anyway? So
What a boy he is, what a boy he is.
very nice header. It's the post, goes in. Come on. Come on. Now we need to continue this. Well, you know what? Why he's so happy? Just slip a piece of paper in front of him real quick.
Yeah,
you know,
just quickly. Yeah,
just to sign this. It's an autograph. Autograph, yes. I want to move on from all this. Who's going to sign when? That stuff.
Well, again, the reports going around throughout the week from media saying that Martinelli and Saka could, all three of them are up for discussion in terms of having their contracts renewed. All three, Saliba, Saka, Martinelli, defend guys, fantastic. But apparently Martinelli and Saka will be definitely confirmed officially before the year out, before January. Yeah. Saliba, as I said, there's images leaked out during the summer that his team was there filming stuff, so it's just a matter of time before they confirm that.
Yeah, we need to get these guys all signed up, man.
Russ is saying in the show about Ian Smith-Rowe being out with another injury. Can't stay fit. I think we should move him on. I think this is the thing. This is a big season because of what happened how important he was last season. First half.
That's a controversial one for Mr.
Controversial one, but I think the pressure's on Smith to stay fit now, especially with we brought in Fabio Vieira, other guys down the captain, and you got Martinelli improving. I'm not saying Russ is right here, by the way, but the pressure's on him now. He needs to get his fitness sorted once and for all. Otherwise, that discussion will become more real, so we say. And I don't want that because I love Neil Smith-Rowe.
It's my worry again. Gabriel's now been look. Why has he come out like that?
Is this? I mean, I don't know what. I can't see what he's doing, but I can only assume he's
Partey's
doing
done really well there. Partey's done really well. He's gone and sat in.
In the North Bank says only just over the line that one. Sure they were trying to.
It wasn't just over the line.
No,
the ball hit the back of the post.
I think that's tongue in cheek from the brace up.
Yeah, it's tongue in cheek, literally.
Fucking, you could tell, mate. Oh god.
You watch that back, and the referee standing there for a good 10 seconds afterwards. Our players already celebrating. We know. It's like most of them are anyway. But like 10 seconds into it, you're still waiting for him to blow the whistle and give it. And you're like,
so there's no goal line technology in the Premier League?
Well, what was it? The other week when we played against United that weekend on that Sunday, or Gabriel's down by the looks of it, this ain't looking good.
This ain't good.
Say they got Holding on the bench, so it's not too bad. He's on the back of his and the back
this
of his
ain't good.
Upper calf. What is it? Magic spray. Get the magic sponge out and all that. Magic spray. Oh, bit of magic cream. There you go. Yeah,
just back on the Emil Smith-Rowe thing. Like, we do need to kind of give him some time, but also he's still at a well young age. Do you know what I mean? Like, what's he?
21? 22 now.
22. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's well young, and there's no way we're going to get rid of him because, firstly, he's English. Obviously, we've got that Saka and Emil Smith-Rowe connection. Do you know what I mean? All right. I think we just got to stay patient with him. The good thing is now that we don't need to rely on him.
Sam, behave yourself. I can't even repeat that.
We just don't need to rely on him as much as we would have done. Oh, mate, this ain't looking good, is it? Probably him coming running out of defence, that is, mate.
Yeah, but you know what? At least we've got someone like Holding who actually, you know what? I can't believe I'm saying this nowadays, but he can come on and you can, no matter who he's playing up against, like playing alongside in terms of a partnership, you can rely on him. I think more of that mindset's come from obviously he came from an era of Mustafi, Socrates, and all that. They were his defensive partners. So I'm sort of like, you know what? Give him a bit of. You're seeing now with better, more. It's not established, but more quality defenders. How good he actually can be in a team, even if it is as a sub. Or Tommy Asu's warming up.
They just showed. I don't know if you guys saw it, but they just showed Gabriel basically looking in having some discomfort during warm-ups, which is weird because we've seen players get pulled out when they haven't not been able to warm up, and the fact that he's down and they're talking about it, and Tomiyasu's getting ready to come in or thinking about it. So it looks like this is something that happened, at least definitely in warm-ups, that they just said, "Oh, just go with it," and it might backfire again. I don't know why this is why we have, depth, so you don't have to. Like, there's no reason to rush him in a game like this when you know you've got 2 weeks behind it to make sure if it is an issue that it doesn't get worse.
Well, that's the thing. Like, we got the likes of Ben White now, haven't we? We've got Rob Holding on the bench. Yeah. Like, we're pretty at the moment in a situation where we shouldn't have to risk.
Yeah, there's no
especially this time of season, mate, and especially when you got Tottenham in 2 weeks' time. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. 2 weeks to get right.
No, don't get me wrong. We want him fit, but at the end of the day, I want him fit for the season. I think sometimes we've been we've built our own downfall at times by playing players when they're not fit or rushing them back, as Tomiyasu.
Yeah.
And that was because we didn't have the squad depth.
Yeah, we've got most of it now. We don't have the right answer.
He's been a bit quiet, Jesus, isn't he?
Yeah. Well, I think he's been out of position.
Oh, Tinny! Come on. What else? Everyone's views on Leicester yesterday? I've never seen a more shocking defensive performance. I don't think. Like, even when we lost 8-2, I still think that's worse. The way that's that bad, mate.
Yeah, they look really bad.
Like, so a team can't defend one set piece.
Yeah, and it's not like it wasn't the way they scored the first 2 goals, right? Like, they just continued to let that. I mean, they actually wasn't it? It was a 1-1 match or something like that at one point. And then,
well, the thing was, like, they could have gone 3-2 up, couldn't they, in the first half? Yeah. I think they had a chance just literally on half time.
I mean, it's pretty simple, right? On a set piece, you cannot let Harry Kane get space and time and everything he wants. It's just silly because they put the ball always in the right spot, which is disgusting because it usually means they're going to score. And then we'll play a Leicester, and they're going to play out of their mind, right?
You think though, like probably someone like Sean Dyche is the kind of manager they're going to get in now with the way they are.
Well, they don't. I don't understand. They don't really want the manager there, right? Or he doesn't want to be there.
It doesn't. Yeah, it seems like it's a bit of a who's going to blink first, don't it? Yeah. And it obviously ain't going to be Rodgers because he's going to want them to sack him.
Yeah, I said I'm surprised. I said that I was putting tweets that last night about Brendan Rodgers. My brother's called, but I think I'm talking about him. I was saying, putting tweets out like there's no Leicester, there's no fight, there seems to be nothing like players that have actually just given up. Oh, it doesn't help when you've got players like Tielemans that hasn't wanted to be there for over a year. You've sold your best defender for £80 million and not really replaced him properly with a better defender or someone of the same quality, for all due respect.
Yeah.
You've sold your best goalkeeper you've ever had in decades in Kasper Schmeichel
For
out of
nothing.
nowhere to Nice.
For nothing.
And for nothing. And your answer to replace him is to give it to the number 2 that wasn't good enough to push him as a number 1 in the first place, who's conceding goals left, right, and centre, doesn't look solid or comfortable as a number 1. You, as I say, got Tielemans who hasn't wanted to be there over a year. You've forced him. You've actually under a year left in his contract out-priced him for a move away from the club. Madison,
Yes!
They do.
Yes! Jesus! 2-0.
Come on. There we go.
A shaka that is, mate. Russ's love child.
Come on.
Russ is running around his house now.
Yeah.
With his Shaka shirt on. Mate, it's a great cross by him. Absolute great cross. Mate, that's a world. Is it Shaka? It is a Shaka he puts it in, isn't it?
It went back to Xhaka and he lofted it in.
That's a fucking quality cross. So Son's not on the same amount of goals as Jesus now, guys.
Yep, and they play the same amount of games.
Yeah, play the same amount of games, so don't let that delude
As you can see, I'm smiling because I just saw it. The one thing about being downstairs is that I can have it on the TV and I can hear it when I have to do stuff, and because the dog wanted to go in and out just now. So that is what we want. Stay in the middle.
Mate, that's a worldie of a cross, mate. That is an absolute worldie of a cross.
That's from Xhaka
too. Jesus,
man.
one of you go for it. Talk.
Nice one from Xhaka. Somebody put a comment on my show from yesterday, and we're talking about Xhaka, and it's like, I know he can do better, right? There is better than him in this role, but he's been doing good, so we'll take it. And we want some more dancing. Jesus, more dancing.
Go on.
Go on for a third.
Oh, Saka!
Got a block in. I think, would it have been on target? There was a block, wasn't it?
I don't think it was, mate. I don't think it was a block, was it? I think it was a shit shot. I'm being totally honest with you.
That's probably nice.
Is that? It's not the same, but I mean that's Holding is probably looking at that goal going. It reminds me of a couple of years ago. The shortest guy in the middle gets the ball. That should not happen.
Russ is in the chat. He's saying, Liam, I have a Willy copter out.
Why does Saka have to take the touches? Just take the shot. Let the ball roll in front of you. Put your foot through the thing. Liam.
Just for you, Gary.
Do you know what always worries me when people message me going, Liam, this could be a battering? I'm like, nope.
They like to see you in your, they like to see you in form.
There's a lot of people that like to see me in the gutter, Gary.
Yes. Don't worry. You know what? He's saving it all for a game in November. No worries, people. You're going to see it, and you're going to enjoy it. I will be enjoying it even more.
Going back to what we were saying about Leicester for the second goal as well, the Arsenal Misfits popped in saying Leicester is a club that has shown every sign of a club in financial trouble.
But they're stupid because we were going to give them money, probably more than they deserved.
Well, I think for the first time yesterday, I've actually held my hands up and said that maybe I got it wrong with Tielemans because this season he's been even at a
You're looking at a team. You're looking at a team in turmoil.
Yeah,
with players that you've seen perform last season. That you were like, that's the reason why we were okay with them. Like, this is not
Ben White.
It's not a manager problem. This is a club problem right now. Not one of them are on the same page.
Still on the pitch, by the way. Did we make us off with Gabriel? Is he still playing?
Yeah, he's still playing. I see him right there
Yeah,
in the middle.
because I saw Tommy Asher warm up, and then I've seen Ben White, so I'm just like, okay.
I mean, he looks okay. He doesn't look like he's favoring his leg or anything like that. So
Jesus is only 173 goals behind Haaland now, everyone, says Sam.
yeah, well, you know what? There are strikers that are like 200 and 300 goals behind him. So I think I'll take the 173. Yeah.
The North Bank says, is an upgrade for Xhaka in a top 3 priority for this squad? At the moment, while he's playing, not really. At the moment, we've been brutally honest here.
Well, you know what? When you talk
But
about
eventually, it comes to a point. He's at an age as well. Got to remember his age as well. Comes into it now as well. The club need to be planning for the eventuality of either retiring at some point with the club or leaving. But we need someone in now to bleed them in and get them ready for that eventuality of being the successor to Granite. That's going to be an upgrade on what we've got with Granite.
yeah, I mean, I assume our top 3 priorities are one of them's got to be: do we have a number 2 goalkeeper? Do we have somebody behind Partey? And do we have another winger? Right?
Yeah.
Saka. I mean, we have the answers. I think we kind of have some sort of answers for Saka, but maybe. But is Marquinhos the guy? We'll find out. Turner still needs more time, as Russ and Sam have said, and we don't have anybody behind Partey right now that we go, all right, Partey's out.
Well,
we got the answer.
Yeah, Sambi's too young for a start, and he's a different playing style to what we get with Partey. He's not the physical demanding.
That's why if you look at those two, why would you like Sambi isn't if the style of play you want to have is Partey, the person behind him's got to play a little bit similar to that, especially if that's what that's like the engine behind all of this thing, right? So it's not the way he plays. So if it was 2-0 after like
27 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, is 2-0 look good, or are we thinking we should have been up?
Oh, I think 2-0 is pretty fair at the moment, isn't it? I think my only worry is though, Gary, if we concede, this team can score. This team's shown that they can score quite a few goals. So I think this next goal is massive. No way am I sitting here thinking at the moment the game's won. I think we need to get this third goal.
Definitely.
But I think 2-0 is fair enough. Don't you? Like with the possession and all that.
Well, I'm just saying because we kind of scored it. They scored him really quickly, and there was like 20 minutes of like where we're like, well, are we gonna get anything out of this in attacking?
No, I think it's fair enough, mate. I think it's fair enough 2-0 to be fair. I think Martinelli had that great chance.
Yep.
Yeah. And it's quite interesting. I was saying before, Jesus has been really quiet, but do you know what? If back in the day, if Lacazette and Aubameyang had been quiet, we know they're not scoring.
That's all, yeah.
Well,
do you know what I mean?
He's quiet because he's not in a box, but he's everywhere on the pitch, right?
Exactly, mate. But he knows how to. When you watch that documentary, when they talk to Lacazette about the movement in the box, you see there, mate, when that Xhaka ball goes in, the move that Jesus makes to pull off his defender. Do you know what I mean? That's the difference. That's the difference in the two players. And
in that documentary, they talked about that moment when I was at Earpod Albert. Was it Albert? Was it going through? It was Albert, wasn't it?
With that Lacazette, yeah.
And yeah, me and Gary we're doing a stream. We're doing our watch along stream for it at the time. And I literally we both said Lacazette's body language though in that entire 5 minutes that scene there spoke volumes. Like, he felt like because obviously it showed Benzema moving and what he does, and Lacazette's looking over and like, are we taking the piss? Like, do you not? It's like, do I have to do this sort of stuff really?
And that's the thing. That's the thing. You're like, you gotta know your audience. There's no way Lacazette's gonna play like Benzema. So why?
No, but it's like what Albert was trying to say is you can't just stand still. You've got to make movements to help out your team. you do that, you'll get more of a better conversion rate. And but Lacazette's reaction was just like, "I'm listening to you, but I'm not going to do nothing about it." And that's again over the course of the season. That's what's cost us last year in terms of getting that top 4 spot. Because if we had a Jesus that was scoring goals, even when his moments where he's quiet in the box, but can still pop up for goals, and he's got 4 goals now, 3 assists already this season.
Yeah,
and we're 7 games in.
Got him. He's like you say, he's at a new club as well. Do you know what I mean? He's at a new club, like
new club, new part of the country as well in London compared to Manchester.
Well, it's not new.
And he ain't got the midfielders that he had at Manchester.
They got a different color shirt, but they're being asked to do similar things as to what he's been doing.
But you know what I'm saying.
Time in England, right?
Yeah, but what we're trying to say is literally he's coming down from Manchester to London for a start, so he's having to adapt to London life compared to Manchester life for a start. There's new teammates. The style of play might be similar in terms of what Arteta's trying to implement into this team, but the quality of players as well is vastly. As Arsenal fans, we can be honest, is vastly different to a Man City of multi-million bound players they've got. We saw yesterday.
I think it was a little bit easier than what you guys are making it out to be. I think this is Arteta identified a player that would fit into his style of play, and all he needed to do is just go out and buy him. And we went out and bought him, and he already knows what he needs to do. And he may have been held back. He may have not had the same responsibilities, but it seems like he's ready to take them on, right? Because he's been doing that for us. So I kind of feel like it was a lot easier transition because we saw it the first time he played. We saw it. It's like, this is what they expected, and we show it in the first time he stepped on the pitch, right? And he hasn't disproved that every time he's been out there, So I kind of felt like it's a lot easier transition as far as the football goes. I know the outside, living in London, all of that might be a little different than Manchester, but this is what we wanted and we got it. So I'm happy with it. I'm happy with it.
Yeah, I do agree with what you're saying. I think nowadays I don't think that the actual kind of moving of teams in terms of, obviously, I know what Ryan's saying about being in London, or that's totally different. Like, it can be quite appealing, can't it, to be kind of lured into outside stuff. But I think in terms of the team, I think he obviously ain't got the quality of De Bruyne and Bernal and Silva and all that kind of talent. But what he has, he's still, we're not. These are still Premier League players, though, aren't they? Do you know what I mean? And I think he's enjoying being coached by Arteta. It looks that way to me. Yeah. It's looked that way from day dot. Do you know what I mean? He's enjoying the style we're playing. Yeah. And I think he's going to get better. And I think as you see now, mate, I was sitting there slating him down and saying that he ain't done nothing, but he scored a goal. And do you know what? That's a sign of a great striker. You think the amount of times Ian Wright done that? He didn't have a good game, but he'd get that one chance and score.
And we're seeing that now with the unicorn, Haaland. I mean, he doesn't get lots of chances, and then
he's just a different animal,
and that's
mate.
Trick, so.
And in the North Bank saying as well, what Zay's used to say, touching on Zay's used to conversation. Sorry, yeah. 3 at the back makes things more congested for Jesus, so he needs to try and find that space to be involved more. And as we saw with the goal, that's what he did. And that's what we get with Jesus now, compared to what we did with Lacazette and Aubameyang, with all due respect. And that we've mentioned it already this season. In terms of Eddie's gameplay, we're seeing an improvement there. Not massive, but we're seeing good improvement, compared to what we had last year already. Like, he's seen Jesus come in and he's learning of Jesus and what he's doing off the ball, and this that in training in the pre-season. Yeah. And it's benefiting Eddie, and that's going to benefit us in the long run.
Well, you know what? And all that comes back to Aubameyang, Lacazette. We're not the striker that Arteta actually wanted. Yeah, based on what we're seeing now, and you're like, why did you waste all that monies on Aubameyang when you knew that's not the kind of striker you wanted? You did it probably for the marketing aspects of it, and not really for the football aspects of it, because that's not the style of play you want. And you've tried to force, like you said, the square peg in a round hole kind of thing, and it doesn't work, especially when you're as stubborn as you are in terms of not being flexible enough to change things around for your players.
Yeah, I fully, yeah, absolutely, mate.
This is something from the Athletic because I tweeted out 5 minutes ago. Bukayo Saka has been directly involved in 36 Premier League goals for Arsenal, 18 goals, 18 assists. Now the second most of any player whilst aged 21 or younger for the club in the competition, overtaking Nicolas Anelka of 35 and only behind Cesc Fabregas 63.
Incredible.
And he's doing it quietly because we're like, there's a lot more to what he's doing. Right? We're like, he's not even. We're like, dude, we're holding your back or something. We need more from you. You know, that's crazy, right? I think that's epitomizes kind of where we are. I mean, he is doing that, and we're still thinking there's a lot more to give. So there you go. We'll take it, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like even at Man United, I was saying he needed to be subbed, and then he scored. Do you know what I mean? But like you say, he's doing things. He's not playing at total. Well, he's not playing anywhere near to a standard that he has done over the past 2 seasons. But what he is doing, he's getting assists on the board, and he is making things happen quietly, like you said, and that's the difference. And sometimes that's what you need, mate. And sometimes that's what we want, is that we don't need to rely on Saka. Do you know what I mean? Like we have been over the last 2-3 years, because we have relied on him massively, over-relied on him.
Yep.
I don't like seeing that stat, though, Ryan.
Yeah, leading by...
And I've got a question that's since October. So I was going to say about the Watford game under Unai Emery.
Oh, don't. Oh, my God.
Why now in the last, couple minutes now, you're seeing Xhaka just take a shot from distance, and Tierney just take a shot from distance. You're like,
even
what are you doing? Just stop. We've got a front four that can do the job. Get the ball to them. And I think that's because they're not moving, right? There's nobody to pass the ball to, so I'll just take the shot. And it's like, no, we're not. You are not. You shouldn't be taking those shots. So we got.
Hey.
I'll take. Vieira should be taking that shot. I want to see him take some shots. Based on what
we do need to get this third goal, though. We do need to get this third goal just to make things comfortable.
Yeah. Be nice if we could close out this half with a.
If we do get another goal before the 60th minute, it's like 3-0 in that 60th minute. I think we'll see that kid come on.
Do you?
I reckon so. Because
I don't. What position is he? He's a midfielder, right?
What I'm saying is it'll be 3-0 up. The game will be basically won unless we can. It's just to give him a bit of a run out, basically. Just give him.
I'll tell you, it's an incredible statement if he does bring him on at any point.
I don't see it because I'm thinking Patino's better, and we don't feel like he's ever going to get in.
No, he's out on loan. You can't bring Charlie.
I mean, like in the past, like players.
Good old Charlie.
Yeah, I'm just saying players at his, in the past. I always go by what I've seen in the past, and I just don't like.
Well, there's them sort of things when we were in these situations under Wenger, when we had to bring up the odd kid in from the youth team for the bench and all that. If we were playing against a team like, with all due respect, of these sort of teams, and we're 2-3-0 up with 20 to 50 minutes to go, one of these 3 subs would be bringing one of them on just to have that feel good factor, to know what it feels like to be on a Premier League pitch, but also a winning team. Defend.
Who would he come on for?
Honestly, I don't know, but I'm just saying that there's a potential where if we were to get a third goal early in the second half now, that could happen.
I guess if
he was to bring any of them on, I won't give him no more than 5-10 minutes.
Yeah. Well, that's not.
Even if it's like 5 minutes, just have a little soak up of it all.
Yeah.
I just don't trust any game. I think we need to be 4-0 up before we start making them kind of decisions.
No, I mean, because think about it. If we're up like that, then Nketiah and Marquinhos should come in.
Yeah, they'll be the first 2. Them 2 will be the first 2. I still think he brings Tomiyasu on for minutes.
Yeah, he needs to. I think, it'd be nice to get him on there.
But I think Marquinhos deserves a Premier League start. Or not start, sorry, Premier League minutes.
Run out, yeah.
Just like looking at, yeah.
Oh, bloody hell.
I mean, his name
What
just came out.
Xhaka does do, what Xhaka does always do really well is get himself in front of that ball and win free kicks.
Yeah, he'll use his body to shield it and try to.
He does it so well, to be fair.
Yeah.
We are top of the league. I say we are top of the league.
Oh, mate. Oh, yeah.
You know what, Ryan?
I'm
Don't do
making
that.
the most of it.
Please
I'm making
don't
the
do
most
that,
of it.
man. Don't do that.
I'm making the most of it.
I mean, we're all just you're all just sitting here waiting for, there's the elephant in the room right behind us, basically just going, just remember I'm here. And
Yeah.
I got a Viking on my back, basically going, just whenever you guys are ready to relinquish that spot, halftime, yeah.
Good first half, that chaps.
Yeah.
Take that all day long.
Oh dear. By the way, Liam, yeah, you want to check your Twitter? I've put the video out.
Fun.
Check your Twitter. I've put the video out. Oh dear. So yeah, getting a few bites on that now in terms of people liking, retweeting that. In the North Bank saying attacking mid scored against the Scum and assists. Yeah. But again, the only reason in terms of yesterday, the only reason that scoring was so flattering to them knock down the scumbags down the road was because of who they're playing. They're playing a piss poor Leicester at the bottom of the league, no confidence, no fight, no nothing. They're not playing for the manager. I don't care what anyone says. I mean, when we played them at the Emirates match day 2, leave viewers there. If we'd been more clinical on that day, we had loads of chances. If we were more clinical, that our scoreboard would have been in double figures basically for us. Damien saying Thomas Partey has been offensive. Yeah, again, Thomas Partey. Again, we always mentioned it when he was briefly out for the last few games. Sorry. With Thomas Partey, we see the difference what he brings to the game, what he gives to our midfield. And Gary mentioned it earlier. Get Partey on the ball, he calms things down. He controls the game.
Yeah, and that's when we got those 2 goals, and we didn't dominate the way we could have. So we still got more. We still happily got more in the.
Absolutely not.
I don't know who's this Gary guy he's talking about. I don't know that guy. You know him? I don't know.
My singing career went down the drain.
My singing career started in the drain. So you actually had one. That means you lost it.
I'm not sure I had it. I just made sure I never got it.
Oh, dear.
Mine was born in the drain and never came out. Yours actually went in the drain. See, so you had something for a while. Now nobody wants to hear me sing.
I'll tell you what. I'll sing you a song when we beat the USA.
Oh,
for God's sake!
I'll sing you.
All right.
I was actually looking at like little England baby grows for Bobby and everything. I was for that day.
You give him an appearance as well.
He's definitely getting one, mate. He's definitely getting one. He needs a little Saka shirt as well, I think.
Yeah. If you're going to get one of the new shirts, don't go for the home one. It's horrible. I hate the England home shirt. It looks horrible.
Yeah.
The away one though looks nice actually. A bit of a retro feel to it as well, the collar and all that.
Yeah, the home one's not that. Yeah, I didn't like it either.
I was saying the other day, since Arsenal sort of parted company with Nike back in 2014, Nike have got bought massively in their designs.
We're laughing at the moment. Well, Arsenal are laughing, aren't they? With everything they kind of create. Manidas.
The Arsenal is very much better than the last 2 games. Actually worth getting up at 3:45 in the morning for.
Yeah.
Jesus, fair play, yeah.
My alarm went off at 6:15. I actually felt refreshed, even though it was early. I was like,
Mr. Partey is a difference maker, though, isn't he?
Yep.
Yeah, massively.
Yeah.
And again, that's no dig at Sambi the Congo, who's done, with all due respect, alongside Granit the last couple of games. done really well, done fantastic, I'd say.
Yeah.
But still, there's a learning curve down. He will, and obviously, I think as long as he doesn't get thrown under the bus like he did last year, he will develop into the player we all expect him to develop into.
I tell you what has pissed me off though, everyone. Just seen one for you.
Oh,
St
God.
Mirren are beating Celtic 1-0 at half time.
Yeah, Sky was saying he made like 10 changes or something. Not 10 changes, but like a lot of changes to his first 11.
1-0 down.
Celtic boss made six changes to his start 11. Are they home or away, Celtic?
They're away. Still.
They should be stick. They probably will go and beat St Mirren, but they should be losing at half time or at any point during the game.
Not St Mirren, Jesus.
No.
Let's have a look where they're on the table.
Especially when they've just battered the hell out of Rangers in the last couple of weeks. You got to say this though, even though with your thoughts about Rangers and about getting the Rangers shirt last year, big props to them back in midweek when they told UEFA to stick it. We're going to do the national anthem anyway. But UEFA went like, no, we're not doing the national. You can't do the national anthem. Rangers went put a tweet and went, "Fuck off, we're still doing it," and went ahead and done it.
Fair play to them. Absolute fair play to them, to be fair.
Yeah, I'm just looking at these ratings here on this one site.
St Mirren a third.
Fabio Vieira is the I guess essentially the worst rated player on the pitch right now. On this site, anyways. I don't know what you guys think about him.
Yeah, that's what you mean. Yeah, but Vieira, I mean, he hasn't looked bad. I don't want to say he's looked bad. He's just not had much to do really in terms of having much time on the ball. He looks all right, but.
That was a big old Arsenal 1990s goal, weren't it? Steve Bold flick on.
This is what literally anyone goes back and watching this back will rectify in the comments. Literally, we were literally discussing it moments beforehand. We've got Saliba, we've got Gabriel, we've got Partey, we've got these big, physical, demanding players. Use them to their advantage, and we scored.
Well, that's the thing. We're massive, mate. We're a massive threat from set pieces. That's what I said. Because, like, you look at the West Ham game last year at their gaff. Like, both goals were from set pieces. Do you know what I mean? And they're a decent set piece team. That day they were missing a couple of their key players, but it just shows you, right, how good of a team we are in terms of set pieces nowadays. Like, and we've been hitting set pieces for a long time, for at least a good season now.
Well, since we brought in the guy from Man City last summer. Going into last season, defensively and offensively, our set pieces have been massively improving week by week.
That's a great header by Jesus as well.
Yeah. And that's what the comments were saying in the chat from the North Bank. He had to, because of the five at the back, he had to find the space and hope that no one tracked him.
Well, it's all about movement. If you saw that whole thing, right? He has to come up and then makes that run, and the defender can't keep up with him, and then voila, he gets the space he needs.
Are we waiting for old an Aaron Ramsdale hash moment in his second half? Don't want
to. See, now you probably jinxed it. Now we're gonna get a Gabriel moment and another Gabriel moment, right? So,
but we've been absolute solid first half, I think, defensively, and again that's that Partey shield as well. Do you know what I mean? When you've got people like Partey and Xhaka getting back in the box as well, like you've got a tough six players there, haven't you? That's a good six players that you want defending your ball.
I hear you. I don't think Xhaka is part of that. I think it is 5. It's all right. You can say it's 5. I don't.
5.5.
5.5. So, no, I think it's Partey though. I think it's Partey because Xhaka, we want him up the pitch anyway. So, and I think Vieira's been even behind him sometimes, and I think that's where he needs to be in front so Partey can give him the ball, just like we've seen like Erdegaard, be up there so that he can get the ball in space and push it forward. He seems to be spreading it out wide. I'd like to see him just take it through the middle a lot more.
Yeah.
So, but maybe he'll get comfortable. Maybe, like you said, maybe he's like, there's going to be some big boys coming in to leave a little bit something on the next tackle. So he's going to have to get used to that. It's going to happen.
Oh dear.
Yep. Well, this is a good half, so we need to do it again.
Yeah.
Copy, paste, please.
By the way, guys, I might as well say that half time we've got a midweek game for the women on Tuesday. I think it's Tuesday, I believe, versus Ajax for the Champions League qualification. So I'll be doing a watch along for that. I don't double check it. It's
When's that?
Tuesday night. I double check it. Double check it now actually. So we'll be
I think I'm going to watch an FA Cup match Tuesday.
One sec. I'm just double checking. It might be Wednesday. I'm double checking now. If that's me.
Yeah. All right, I'll be right back.
Fixtures. Yeah, Tuesday night, 7:30 kickoff. Arsenal at home to Ajax women. And then obviously Northern Derby. And then the second leg away is next Wednesday. And then we've got Reading, Hill, West Ham, Leicester, and then United. And then there's a break, by the looks of it, an international break. And then back after that, we've got Everton and Villa before Christmas. Might as well.
Do you know what? Right, if we can just go into Christmas like the World Cup, and even if we're like, I don't know, as long as we're in the top 4, I'd like to think that we could still be in the top 3. But I'll be a bit disappointed if we weren't in the top 3 by that point. If I were being totally honest at present, but it's just about making sure that we can go into that Christmas period, mate, in a really good fashion. Do you know what I mean? Because as I said before, our October games are hard, but we've got home advantage in them kind of games, and Man City game's not there now. And
I was about to say that being, even though we're playing PSV on the Thursday instead of Messi that Wednesday now. In terms of the league wise, that's probably done us a massive favour.
I'll tell you what will be tricky though: Chelsea and Wolves away in November they'll be the two.
Yeah, just before the World Cup. Yeah,
they'll be the two games that we need to go. Like I watched Wolves yesterday. Do you know what? I actually thought Wolves played pretty well against Man City. Even with 10 men, I thought they played all right.
Even a red card, though, let's be honest.
100% a red card, mate. You can't argue that. Do you know what I mean? Like in the game nowadays, it's a big red card. But I thought they played pretty well. But Wolves is a game that we need to be winning again. Absolutely, especially if we got a full strength team. Chelsea, I think they're there for the taking this year again.
Defence again. We're talking about what was it earlier on about their defensive frailties. Chelsea got massive defensive frailties as well now.
Yeah,
exactly. He hasn't kicked on. I know they're not playing today. They're not playing today, so because their game got postponed. But they played midweek against who was it? They played Red Bull Salzburg. They played midweek. He didn't put up trees there. They're getting the exact same as what we had in the back end of these time at Arsenal. I know they played like a game and a half, but still.
Well, you know what? I guess nobody is believing Arteta when he does some of the things he's doing, right? So.
Well, no, the Chelsea fans. It was like, what was it? You got the one that gets a kit off for no bizarre. Anytime Chelsea wins, gets a kit off inside the stadium as he goes, doing stupid fucking cringy fucking video about trying to do her version of what Troops used to do, the Bama Who, Bama Blood Cut Young and all that crap. You got all other Chelsea fans on the YouTube itself going, Arsenal in the mud. We've got a Aubameyang. We're going to bring him back to his glory days and all that crap. Again, it's only a game and a half he's played, but I'm seeing nothing different from Aubameyang than what we saw at the back end of his time at Arsenal.
Mm.
And as a whole, their squad, the balance of their squad is all over the place because the owner, it's come out since sacking Tuchel. It's like the owner's way or the no way. So basically, all the players that are coming in, apart from Aubameyang, are players that he wants, not the manager. And that doesn't bode well going forward, as we've seen with Tuchel getting sacked. And that's not going to bode well with Graham Potter because it's going to backfire.
Yeah. Interesting, Mark. Looking at these games.
Top 4 isn't guaranteed. I don't care what Roy Jennings says, the fucking Chelsea idiot says. Oh, we got Graham Potter now. We're more secure. We're more secure for top 4 than what we were under Tuchel. Mate, you ain't got a clue. As I say, Chelsea are vulnerable and they're there for the taking every game now.
I was speaking to a Chelsea fan myself, and like he said, like obviously about losing centre backs, didn't care. But I was like, the thing is, when you lose 2 centre backs like Rudiger and Christensen, right? Firstly, you've got to replace them well, and secondly, they've then got to build a partnership as well. And that they ain't just got to build a partnership with themselves. They've got to build a partnership with the goalkeeper. They've got to build a partnership with the left back. They've got to build a partnership with the right back. They've got to build a partnership with the defensive mid. That's a massive thing for me. And you can see already with Chelsea a little bit. I think they've wasted a lot of money. If I'm being totally honest, Sterling's doing all right, to be fair to him. But as we said, like you said with Aubameyang, if Aubameyang don't turn up for a game like today, and isn't having a good game, he ain't going to score. Lacazette ain't going to score. Jesus is do you know what I mean? See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you're right. That Aubameyang is not going to change going into next. That ain't going to change into this year. He's always going to be that kind of player. There'll be a game when he'll be absolutely world class. And do you know what I mean? And do something that you think, bloody hell, he'd have a couple of games like that. But you always know, go away from home, the likelihood that Aubameyang is going to go missing. And I always remember Brighton last year when we drew 0-0. He was awful, absolutely awful. Couldn't hold the ball up or nothing, and it was detrimental to us.
Yeah, Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank's getting absolutely slated online, by the way, on Twitter. One tweet saying Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank struggling to give credit to Jesus for the finish of his goal, obviously. Another ex-player trying to make a name for himself of being a hater in the media. Sad that ex-players do this. We're used to it now. As Arsenal fans, we're used to it.
I mean, he basically just was running around, right, in the box, and the ball just knocked off his head and went in for a goal. I mean, that's basically what happened there.
He was lucky, wasn't he?
Yeah, he wasn't even looking at the goal. I mean, he didn't even know the pass came in. I mean, there you go.
It's sad, isn't it? It's sad that we've gone to this kind of game from ex-players as well. It's Sky.
Yeah.
All right, so
we're back underway, by the way.
So how many seconds are you into the match right now?
34.
All right, so yeah, I'm 30 seconds behind here.
The Arsenal Misfit saying Uber is our event for Willian. I hope so.
Yeah. Well, he needs to do a lot more. He's been slacking then. The man is holding back. Come on, I want more.
Go on, Saka. Go on, boys. Go on. Go on. Go on. Go on. I got a block. He's trying to go for it. We ain't messing about.
Well, we need to jump on them early.
Jump on their necks and go for the kill. Yeah.
To get that third goal, and let's try to enjoy the day, right? Let's go into the break on a big high.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm looking around the corner. Big TV in front of me.
That's interesting. We see a lot more goals in the second half than the first half.
Premier League, 6 this season.
Oh, see, I mean, just take the shot. I mean,
they love throwing in the old stats against us.
The old negative ones, yeah.
Oh,
never give us positive stats, do they, Sky?
It'd be interesting how many goals.
There's no what you call it? There's no they can't get people to listen unless it's something about Arsenal in the negative. So this is how this thing works. For some reason, they think they have to talk bad about us.
It'd be interesting to see how many goals we've actually scored in the second half as well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're going to put that stat out, put the other one out as well.
Obviously, that mean they're being positive about us.
Yeah, they can't do that.
Because them goals have led to wins, majority of them anyway. That'll be a positive. Can't have that.
Wasn't it the second half against? Was it Leicester that we scored 2 goals?
Yeah.
After they.
Both times after they scored, within a minute.
So you can't talk about that because that was just an easy 4-2 win, right?
No, exactly. So Leicester, I talked to Robbie yesterday. I can't remember. Have Leicester actually won a game this season in the league?
I don't think so.
No.
I think they're on 1 point, didn't they?
I think they got 1 point. I can't remember. That's what I'm saying. I can't remember.
Yeah, they got 1 point, and
that was match day 1. They've lost
Everton, and them they haven't won yet.
Yeah, they're playing later on as well. Them two. Everton and West Ham.
And West Ham probably needs.
Oh yes! Go on,
yes!
boy.
Is that Vieira? There you go. That's what you've got for 34 million, Mount, son.
Oh, well.
He may be quiet. He may have the poorest rating, but pick that one out the old onion bag. Pick that out the old onion fucking bag. 3-0.
Come on.
All right.
Enjoy that one, Gary.
All the little fucking pricks out.
I'm waiting for it. It's still taking time. We're on the build up here. You got Saka, gets the ball inside, and he takes it from distance.
Mate, there you go. Finish. That's an absolute stunning finish. Stunning.
There you go. There you go.
What a hit.
That's what 36 million gets you. A Marquinhos and a Vieira. Come on.
What did Eddie say a few weeks ago? You haven't seen. Wait till you see Vieira play.
But that's the thing. Like I wanted to see it. It's the same thing with Ramsdale. Why are we bringing Ramsdale in till you see him? You're like, well, all right, I can see what you did.
Now I see it. Yeah.
And when the man's hurt like day one, you're like, damn it. This is what I want. This is that right there. That's what Erdegaard needs to think about. Look at that.
He's a finish and a half.
I mean, he's got not much space to deal with there, and he puts it right where the goalkeeper cannot even. He has no chance. Very nice. Great, because that's one of the shots he took in the last match. He came in right and took shots, and you're like, ooh, we can just keep doing that because that looked like somebody who wants to score. All right, you know what? I'm gonna be greedy because I can.
Do you want some breaking news on the show, Ryan?
Uh-oh.
Cardiff manager's just been sacked.
Cardiff, sacked their manager.
Steve Morrison.
Okay.
You was expecting a Brendan Rodgers one then, weren't you?
I was expecting Brendan Rodgers, but he went there. I was like, okay, cool.
All right.
Vieira, whoa. He comes
very
from
nice.
Portugal. He plays.
We need one more goal, anyways. You know why?
Secure it, yeah.
Well, no, because that team yesterday.
Yeah.
Well done, Benny White. Benny White. He is absolute dynamite. Benny White.
What's going on? Is it lost his mind or something?
What's he given?
I don't know. The commentator saying it's a penalty. He's pointing to the penalty spot. He's now to spread the floor, so it's a free kick. But what's going on? Even the commentators don't know what the hell he's given him. Why is he giving?
Must be a free kick. Oh yeah, he's right, mate. Steve pushed him.
Idiot.
He's right there.
Yeah, why is he doing that for? I know everyone does it.
That's little niggly shit we don't need when we've just gone 3-0 up, mate.
No.
Do you know what I mean? Now we've given them a great opportunity to get a goal here.
Is Ivan Toney standing up? I guarantee Ivan Toney will stand over it as well. Guarantee it. That's all we need. It's just gone 3-0 up, and then.
To be honest, with you, mate, I don't even think the free kick's there. I think it was even.
Mr. Tom.
They called a penalty on that.
No, it's a free kick.
It's free kick.
Okay, I was going to say because he's not even in the box.
No, because the commentator confused me because he was talking about penalties. I was like, what? Come on, look, get yourself, organise yourself, Ramsdale, on the fucking wall. Please organise yourself. Ramsdale need to get over slightly bit over to you.
I'd have put someone else in that fucking wall.
Put everyone in the fucking wall.
Congratulations, the match not over yet.
Whee! Calm down, Gary. Calm down, mate. Everything's fine. Everything's fine, mate. Got nothing to worry about.
Because they tried to. They're 3-0 down and they're trying that. Seriously.
The problem with Gary is he's got to watch us to the.
I know. I'm trying not to watch you, but I got to hear you.
No one wants to watch me, mate. I tell you. Aston Villa still lives in the memory.
Oh dear.
Over the top, nice.
It's got to be a free kick, ref.
Yeah, gave it eventually.
That was interesting. I didn't even notice that. Wow. Okay. I mean, luckily he didn't kick it off the side of his foot because who knows where that thing was going to go. Curl, bend that thing, you know. You had the opportunity to do that. I'll take it. All right.
Looks like we've got a little player here in Fabio Fierro, don't it?
Yeah. You just see a lot more of it, but that's fine.
35 mil. I said in the summer, 35 mil either way was a snip.
Well, for our team, 35, he has to play. We can't have.
The other team that I want to go and obviously get a bit of payback for last season, Southampton away.
Yeah. That's soon, isn't it, as well?
Yeah, 23rd, so October.
Nemesis just got home from work. This is a good score to come into, mate. You got to see the goals as well. I mean, Fabio Vieira's that's my favourite now because that is outside the box. It's just unexpected outside the box. Boom.
Yeah. No, that's Hickey. Wasn't we supposed to get Hickey?
Mr. Tom.
Well, I'm
Haaland would have 20 goals by now in this Arsenal team instead of a measly 11.
Well, we like to get the ball in the box. I mean, he's always in the box, so there you go.
Yeah.
Mate, do you know what? I don't look, Celtic losing my 2 goals. Jesus.
I knew it was 1-0. Didn't know it was. Jeez. The Glasgow Rangers fans partying tonight, then. If that game continues the way it's going.
If we went 4-0 up, Ryan, you're going to bring on the 15-year-old?
I reckon they will, yeah.
Gary?
We still have Marquinhos and Kedia who need games.
I've still got new.
So are you like jumping ahead to like a 50-year-old?
What I'm saying is we've got 5 subs. It's not like we've got 3 subs.
I've still got Newcastle.
He's coming in the last 5 minutes if we're still up for 4 goals. But I really want to see Marquinhos and Kedia get some time on the pitch with these guys.
Yeah.
Like I think I keep talking about depth, and the only way to do that is in a game like this when you are controlling it, and you need to
well done, Gabby.
Keep it going.
Go on, Gabby.
Because it would be nice if Saka scored again, because he's only scored 1, right?
I couldn't give a shit who scores.
No, I just I do, because I think at the end of the day I need to see lots of goals from my attackers. So. And Saka is doing a lot of work, but I
was thinking of even Martinelli. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And our goals are coming from our spine, right?
Go.
Oh, what save! Nearly 4. Oh, good save.
That would have been a good goal.
That would have been a good goal.
And
Shaka's he's loving the captaincy, staying in here, boy.
Yeah, I was about to say that'd been another assist for him that had gone in.
Russ Morgan's going to have a good old Sunday.
Gonna pull out his Yaka hat, shirt, right? His top, and go to bed.
That's good save for the keeper, to be fair. Good save.
So, he'll pop on in the stream at the end, going completely Xhaka-fied, like literally Xhaka t-shirt with Xhaka's face over it, boxers, shorts, socks, trainers, you name it.
Shaka will get booked now, won't he? Yeah, oh, Shaka! Shaka. Deserved that booking totally.
Question from Nemeth is saying, do you think we would have finished top 4 if we had Saliba last season?
Not sure about that. If we had Jesus, 100%.
Jesus, yes. Oh, yeah, 100%.
Our defense hasn't been as big of a deal since Arteta's come in.
Yeah, I was going to say that, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not...
That wasn't the issue, really, over the course of the season. The course of the season was our striking options not turning up.
See, this is what happens. Xhaka gets too big-headed, too big, too swollen head, and then basically, why?
Yeah.
And now he's gonna have to come off because he's gonna he gets one. It's like the
we can't afford to lose. It's
like that one drop of blood in the water. And you're just like,
we can't afford to lose him for the Spurs game. Absolutely not.
Assuming that goes ahead, obviously, yeah.
I was about to say to you, surely he ain't going to get cancelled for the train strikes.
I hope not.
Mate,
Stranger things have
I
happened,
don't care how I get there, mate. I'm going to get there. If I have to literally walk there, mate, I'm getting there.
Yeah, you'll be leaving your gaff on Thursday night. Make sure you're there.
I'll just get an hotel, mate, and work out my hotel Friday.
I'm not flying away over there for a postponed match. All right, sorry.
You over here for it?
Yeah,
This is great to hear, mate. This is great to hear.
Yeah, I'll be there.
A couple of days after.
Do I get to meet you in person?
If you're in London, yeah, definitely.
Brilliant.
No, definitely. I'll be in London. I'll be in London on a Wednesday morning.
So you'll be ahead of time. You're way ahead of time, so you won't have a problem.
Yeah,
you planned way ahead.
Yeah, I'm looking forward.
Come on.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna. My dad lives in London, so I'm gonna stay with him for a couple of days. Then I'm gonna go stay with Lolo and Mark for a couple of days. I'm gonna see hopefully see the North London Derby, and then when it's supposed to take a train up to Leeds, if that's gonna works out, because I get to see 2 matches in a weekend. That's probably first match at Arsenal. So
yeah, I find it bizarre. In terms of the Emirates, obviously we're talking about the redesign and all the fact that somebody's been talking about it, what they're doing about it. They've repainted one of the badges, the Arsenal badges around the stadium. That's it. So far, if everything else has been saved to do during the World Cup. Oh my God.
Good tackle. Fucking well done there, Shaka. It was a good ball in, that was, to be fair.
Yeah.
That was a very good ball in. Yeah, he's done well there, mate. He's done well there.
Yeah.
All right, we need to score.
I'm looking forward to see the final product of what they're doing in terms of the outside of the stadium after the World Cup. Because that'll be finished by the time Boxing Day comes. So I look forward to seeing that. Exactly, we've been saying for the ages it needed the whole stadium needed a freshen up and all that. So.
Come on.
The little things. I'm looking forward to next Saturday though. North London Derby at the Emirates.
I can't make that.
45,000 tickets sold already.
Absolutely.
The whole stadium's been opened up, by the way, so there's 15,000 tickets still available, guys. So if you haven't already,
it, mate. Push
and
it.
you're in the London area, and even if you've got family, like little kids or niece, nephews, whatever, get yourselves down there.
Yeah, I'm a little disappointed when I come that I don't think there's any women's matches I can come and see, so I can do the whole thing.
Let me have a look.
I think they're away, if I recall.
There's a double checking now for you. One sec. Oh, they're not playing it all that. No, they're not playing it all that weekend.
Oh, they're not playing at all. All right.
No.
We have to push. Yeah, well done, ref.
We've got, as I say, we've got the game on the first leg on Tuesday with the qualifying for the Champions League against Leeds at home. North London Derby Saturday. The following Wednesday, the second leg away to Ajax women, and then no game until the 16th of October for the women's team. So another international. Does my head in. So many international breaks in these bloody seasons. It does my head in.
Yeah. I saw that question there about rating Giroud and Aubameyang. I just don't think you can, because Giroud was not necessarily a good starter for us. That's not where he excelled for me, anyways. Coming off the bench, he always was basically that's where he was gold, man. Every time he came on, we knew what was about to happen, and everybody knew what was about to happen, and they couldn't stop it.
Do you think?
I mean, he had 2 good years, which I don't think Giroud had at all. So,
Do you think it would have been good to see Giroud with Aubameyang?
Yeah.
The way we were playing, the way that we played with him, Aubameyang disappears, right? And you bring Giroud on. So you go from like somebody who's going to attack the back line to somebody who's going to hold up play like he was doing. I mean, that would have been nice, because they're already tired. Now they got some guy who's going to bang with them in the box.
Well, we saw as well in terms of partnerships wise that occasionally because Walcott always played the majority of the time he played out in the wing, but we saw the link up between them two. One obviously more pacey than the other, more physical than the other, etc. But they because they knew each other's strengths and weaknesses, they bounced off each other and it worked well. So as I say, with someone like Aubameyang coming in when he did, it would have been interesting to see how Giroud would adapt to someone who, with all due respect to Theo, I love Theo, but at that time, Uber was a massive upgrade. It would have been interesting to see Giroud's adaptation to someone like Aubameyang and what he could have given, and vice versa.
You think we would have played both of them together?
Oh, here we go.
Okay,
Oh, mate. Fucking hell, party had me.
I think it won't be all the time. It'd literally be in the odd game if they're chasing the game, like to get back into the game or win the game. It's like a 1-1 draw with a random team just to kill the game.
Come on, party. You should have had that. Oh, here we go. Well done, Saliba.
So this is all you United fans out there. This is how you play Brentford away. Plus we have a nicer kit, but that's another matter.
See, as crazy as dangerous as that look, Partey made it so like not big of a deal. because Brentford fans are like, oh look, something's about to happen, and guess what? Nothing happened.
Sleepers up. Shut up. Get out of the way.
Nah, that's a nice sequence of defense there. I think when Saliba is aware of what's about to happen, he's good. But when he gets caught off guard, he doesn't have the speed to shut it down when a mess happens in front of him.
Yeah, I said this before the season started. When I went to the Sevilla game the week before the season started. When you're seeing, you see what we see on TV, but when you see Saliba live, for someone who's like 21, his gameplay is of someone that's been playing for 10 years, like the experienced, fully fledged out veteran defender. His awareness as well is something to be applauded for.
Yeah.
Go on.
Oh, what save! What save! Should have been 4. Could have been 4.
We need to just make it 4.
I keep mentioning it as well with Saliba. There was that moment in that Sevilla game where he had he had ball to his feet. He had 3 players around him, and he got out of it like it was nothing to him.
Yeah.
He has that coolness as well, but he's so aware that if a teammate gets caught.
Come on, Ellie, do a little bit better there, mate.
Well, is that no? It's normal. Jensen's down for Brentford. You think just get me off this pitch? I'm done. The Vummy Vaggies. He's done it to himself as well, Jensen. And they're trying to take the ball off Martinelli. He's done it to himself.
I see him down. I didn't even see. And like you
said,
I didn't.
The replay the next few seconds. He's there. Goes in for good Martinelli on the ball. He tries to get the ball off him, and it's because of how he planted his leg. There's a sudden pull, and he's like, you can tell he ain't comfortable standing up properly.
Doesn't even look like there was much contact there.
No, it's not what I'm saying. It's more so how he planted his leg that caused him.
Yeah, I think he pulled something himself. So.
Nemes asking, which women's players do you rate at Arsenal? How long have you got?
I know there's the starting 11 looks really good, and then you still have
there's a few players with all
you still have the was it the 2 players they brought on yesterday or the other on Friday?
Yeah.
Where, one's a striker, one's a midfielder, I think. Both look good. And Iwabuchi, hopefully she shows up this season. She's a nice change of pace.
Yeah, as I was saying on Friday night when we brought her in, we initially brought her in from Villa last summer. So at the start of the season, she was the main figure point of the 11, and she looked fantastic. Got a slight injury, and ever since to come back from that injury, he's like Jonas he just keeps benching her no matter what, and she's having to fight. Obviously, even now on Friday night, she didn't come on either. But I absolutely rate Iwabuchi.
Well, I mean, we definitely as crazy as it is, right? We definitely left a lot of goals on the table on Friday, man. A lot of goals. Should have never been that close. Should have been like you pulling like Viv early because she's just on there.
That was my main
threaded.
critique from Friday night's game, and then we also go back into last season that them sort of games where we create chances, we just weren't taking them. And if we took the majority of the chances we missed, that would have been a cricket score on Friday night.
Yeah. Which hopefully this is just a build up, right? We're gonna say, all right, this is the
Gabriel was. Oh my God! Gabriel has a pop from about 30 yards out randomly. Again, going back to last season, comparing the two teams from obviously this team compared to last season we played them opening day last season, the improvement is there to see for everyone to see. There's people on Twitter going, "Oh, wait until we play Liverpool and Spurs before we get carried away, and all that'll be the define of our season." No, the define of our season is beating the teams we should be beating, but also the teams our rivals, our top 6 or top 5 rivals, whatever you call it.
Oh.
They're taking as many points as we can and cutting down them losses, because that's been a main figure point as well for the last 2 seasons. Is the amount of losses we've had in the league.
And you see how far we are from a Champions League competing squad, right? I mean,
where is it?
Yeah,
Wolfsburg, basically he was able to handle us, and we can't play with is it Barcelona, right? Can't even.
Yeah, Barcelona actually took the women's team. Yeah,
you can't even compete with them. I mean, so.
Good save.
Still got a ways to go.
Jesus.
Minutes applause from the fans for the second minute.
Oh yeah, it is 70 minutes.
I think they should put the ball out of play, really.
Oh, I still got 40 seconds here.
Yeah,
20 seconds here, actually.
No, I was just saying why you went off there. That basically, man, got signaling that this game alone, obviously, the fixture from last season. Look at that. I know we had COVID and injuries going into that game, but the vast improvement in upgrade we've got in our squad nowadays to beat these teams we should be beating. Let's be brutally honest here.
Yeah. Well, if we're saying we're a top 4 is definitely in our grasp, and we should be able to get there, then this is a game we have to win.
But we're putting ourselves in a strong position to challenge for it again this season.
Well, it kind of, if we are a top 4 team, then games look like this, right? So,
yeah.
You'd love to see us get just that 4th. Do you know what I mean? Just to
Yeah.
So I think. Do you know what? He's made some saves. Like we could easily be winning this game 4-0, and you wouldn't argue with it.
Has Partey actually taken a shot?
Nah, I don't think so.
He had one in the first half, but he took.
Oh, did he?
I
didn't know he had it already.
Straight away. So apart from that, he has just played his normal game.
I'd like to
see
just let him take a shot and score, because that would not necessarily seal him as having a totally really good game, but he needs. I think I've seen too many shots from distance.
Now.
Oh, here we go. Playing the bloody.
Oh, here we go, mate. Playing It's just
3-0 up. We're playing scripted games.
That was Saliba. That was, to be fair. I think Ramsdale done as good as he could do there.
Yeah.
That was Saliba that put him under pressure.
Away again.
Ooh. Yeah, well, he tried to clear it. He just cleared it the wrong way.
Well done.
Come on. Oh, look, Mark.
You've got to work on that, Martinelli's overall body strength there.
Yeah, it's like one of those things. Like, we don't need to absorb all this pressure, fellas. Come on, let's go back to what you were doing before. Martinelli, how in the world do you lose that ball like that?
Done well there, though. He done well there, didn't
Jesus to Saka.
he? He's a player who's on the verge of imploding, isn't he?
Yeah.
You feel? And once he does, mate, where that even makes us a bigger threat.
Unlucky.
Come on, get back.
West Ham going for a back four. Switch up and Rice. Quetta for Nails. Antonio, okay.
I think we might see Eddie Nketiah come on soon.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I suppose we haven't made any subjects, have we?
No subs.
We need to.
No, I'm not saying we need to.
No.
We need to break and all that. But just as I say, the young kid now, we're freeing it up. 50 minutes to go. Give him a few minutes out there. Get Eddie on. Gives Jesus a bit of a break.
Why are we bringing this young kid in? Come on.
No, why not? We're winning a game. It's not like
I don't think we're at that point in our progression.
I think we have to get a full. We have to get a full before we think about that.
They're bringing a 15-year-old. I don't think we're there yet.
For me, if it was a 1-0 or 2-0 tightly contested
we
game,
haven't even put in Smith,
keep
and he
him off.
deserves to come in, right? He's been on the bench. He's
But
been on the bench. This is like
50 minutes to go.
It's like his third or fourth time
It's
on
not
the
going to
bench.
be majorly effective, is it? It gives them a bit of a positive thing as well, coming onto a winning team on the pitch and get that.
Well, if that's the case, then you should be talking about White, because he's been on the bench and hasn't come in yet. He's been on the bench at least 3 times. So where's the enthusiasm for him? Why is he getting to come in and play? He's actually done his time now. He's sat on the bench and watched at least 3 matches.
I'm just saying, international break is around the corner, so it's just like, why not? Got tougher games.
I hear what you're saying. I don't agree with it because
this is the best opportunity for him as well in terms of getting on the pitch as well. Because the next few games, assuming the Northland Derby goes ahead, they're not going to be games where he's to get a chance to come on because it's obviously got Tottenham, you've got Liverpool, and I think the next one would be like Southampton. I think it is, and even then, that's away from home, and that could be a tough one, as history's dictated. That went out, but okay, you left. Oh, here comes the sub.
He's bringing Sammy the Conga on, and then Nketiah.
Sammy and Eddie are the first 2 coming on by the looks of it.
Are we seeing Party come off?
Sammy for Thomas. Good game for Thomas. First game back.
I'd love to see him for 5-6 minutes, if I'm being honest, but there you go. Nketiah's come on for Martinelli.
Oh, this is a good question, actually, from Mr. Tom. Says, quick question for the panel. Who is the worst footballer you've ever seen? No Arsenal players allowed. We don't see other Arsenal players
I've ever seen. Jesus.
Oh, there's a few. You think about it, there's a few, but the worst.
No Arsenal players, yeah?
No Arsenal players. I mean, if you're saying Arsenal players, it's obvious. It's bloody Stefanos.
Oh, yeah, he was fucking awful, weren't he? He was dreadful.
But yeah, non-Arsenal players. That's a tough one. Because, as I say, there's a few that come to mind, but to individually pick one out.
I'll tell you what.
Are we talking about? Are we talking about with a particular club?
No, overall.
Overall,
Can't be
okay.
Arsenal based about. This is what Mr.
No,
Tom
no,
said.
no.
Not
I mean,
Arsenal
with it,
based.
like
From any other club in the
Maguire
league.
with United is really terrible. But if
Yeah.
you bring in the Leicester side of things, he actually looked okay there. But like, he's just, I don't know. He's just,
If someone could still go off Southgate that though, that'd be fantastic.
I mean, I don't know what anybody's seen from him, and it's like, yeah, we need more of that.
Well, who went off for Eddie? Because Jesus is still on the
Martinelli.
Martinelli.
Martinelli
Yeah.
went off. Okay, so going to up top then.
So that means now that's actually pretty good because Nketiah is going to be up top more than and Jesus will come back, and he doesn't need to come. He doesn't need to worry about coming back and then getting in the box because Nketiah will be there. That's his job. We just really want to play some defense today, and I don't really want to play defense if I don't have to. It's like we're trying to work on our defense, and I'm like, nah, let's not do that.
Nemeth's going for Frank Strondelli in the chat. Who's that one that played for Watford for a few years, went off to China and came back to United? Offside flag. Nice try.
Do you remember the geezer who come on against Manchester United for Southampton?
Oh, he basically was what he came to be a personal player.
They frauded him, didn't they?
Yeah, they thought he was a professional player, didn't they? That wasn't a pen anyway. Get up.
But yeah, was it Dia? No. What was his name?
That was mid to early 90s, wasn't it, as well?
Have a look. He was literally the worst ever player who played in the Premier League ever.
Yeah.
Do you know who else I think was absolutely shocking in the Premier League? Thomas Brolin.
Oh yeah, I remember him. He came on the back of Denmark winning the Euros.
He was Swedish, wasn't he?
Yeah, but I'm saying he came on the back of having a good tournament in the Euros.
And he was a quality player, wasn't he? He come over and he pulled on loads of weight and everything, didn't he?
Yeah, lovely jolt supporting.
I need to have a look at this. Who this Southampton player was? Souness was fuming, weren't he?
Oh yeah, one game because they thought he's a bloody professional player somehow.
Here we go. Apparently, his name was Dia. Had been called around a number of clubs, claiming to be George Weir's cousin in 1995. He had a trial at Coventry and another one at Bournemouth, both who swiftly turned down when they saw him play. But my point is, right? Surely, Graham Souness see him play before he chucked him on.
That's what I'm saying. He says in his interviews, he turns up to training and all that, and you could tell he weren't a personal player. But you went on to play him. You kept him on your books. So that's your own doing.
Why is Ramsdale down?
Ramsdale shithousery in place. Yeah. Pretend you got an injury, mate. Make sure and then after the game, tell Southgate can't play. Got a little knock. Put Southgate.
Yeah, that's got to be officially the worst one ever.
Oh, there's Lasso, Ted Lasso, and Coach Beard in the crowd. Jason Sudoukis side.
Ian Selly.
Bloody hell, that's going back a few years as well. Ian
Selly and David Hillier in centre midfield. They were some good times, weren't they? Still won trophies though.
Yeah. Oh, shut up, Jan.
Powell Iderson.
Oh,
I don't even know if I ever see him play, to be fair.
I think now.
The most controversial signing ever, wasn't it, Powell Iderson?
Yeah. Who was that? What was it? I can't remember his name. The goalkeeper for Man United. Long after Schmeichel left. I can't remember his name now. But basically, he had considered that howler against Southampton, like a P-vold from Letitia. Literally just bloody like, biggest P-roll in the world. CB, wasn't it?
Who?
Man United goalkeeper from like the early 2000s took over.
Yeah.
Played one game though. He was initially
he was shocking, wasn't he?
Massive reputation from Serie A. Got brought in, to be number one.
They had some proper problems, didn't they, with goalkeepers, didn't they? United at that point.
Until they got Van der Sar in, yeah.
Yeah, until they got Van der Sar in, and now he was a great signing, wasn't he?
Because after that they got Fabian Barthez. Even he had a few weird moments, didn't he? Remember, was it United West Ham in the FA Cup? Tried to play the offside and then complained when Di Canio scored. Against us at Highbury in the 01-02 season. Tried to play out from the back and Henri just caught both times done him at a keeper.
Thomas Brolin. Jesus.
You know what? I say Thomas. You know what? Thomas Brolin's got to be up there. Thomas Brolin, yeah, because of
I think Brolin's definitely up there for me, mate.
A huge rep, yeah, and he just, as you say, he came over, didn't really hit the heights, and put loads of weight on.
You put loads of weight on.
Yeah,
I'm sure, right? He ended up being a goalkeeper somewhere.
Oh God, wasn't surprised about the weight he did put on there at the time. Go on, Eddie. Go on, Eddie.
Done well there.
Yeah, get on the ball. Well done. If in doubt, just get hold of it.
I forget you can make 5 subs now, can't you?
Yeah, so I've got 3 more subs to make. So that's what I'm saying.
When you've got Sousa on the bench, you've got White on the bench, and you got the new kid, and you guys are fighting for the new kid. Come on. Where's your
It'll be a special moment, wouldn't it? Obviously.
What about the other 2 players? You're not talking about them.
Tommy Asu's coming on.
I think there are other players just as deserving now.
Oh no, no, I'm saying. Oh, Ben White's gone off. Oh, so it's like for like there.
It's weird that
for an injured player, guys, they ain't done too bad today. Ben White, for an injured player.
Yeah, and Gabriel, I thought he would come off early too. So we don't know. Arsenal doesn't know what's going on, or at least the Arsenal media doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah, the media. We'll say Arsenal. The media.
I need to see Tommy Asu have a
Fucking St Mirren, mate. There's still 2 up.
Oh bloody hell! Celtic, what has happened today? That's the 100% unbeaten record gone then.
Oh, unlucky, Jesus.
Go on, yeah, well done, Jesus. Go.
Another save by the goalkeeper. How many has he made? Good goalkeeper, that Raya.
Yeah, without him making these saves, it could have been a 5-6 today.
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, that went nothing wrong with that.
Ian Dowie, West Ham, remember that? Missed out.
And he's probably one of the ugliest players that ever played, weren't he?
Yeah. I remember him scoring an own goal in the League Cup. Was it a League Cup? This is obviously the early Premier League years as well. But it was a League Cup game. I think it was away to Southend or something like that. I can't remember who it was against now. But basically, it was a free kick. The opposition teams took it. And he's leaped up as a striker, like a salmon, and just lashed it into his own goal, as if he was attacking the other end.
I think he done what he had to do, though, didn't he, Dowie?
I was about to say Francis Jeffers, but he played for Arsenal, so I can't even say Francis Jeffers.
Well,
I think he was unlucky more than anything because obviously the timing was.
Well, let's be honest, mate. You had Dennis Bergkamp, Thierry Henry, Sylvain Wiltord.
Reputation, and he comes in. You've got Carnu, Wiltord, Bergkamp, Thierry. You ain't getting ahead of any of them unless they're all broken legs, basically.
See, that's what Lukonga needs to do better, mate. That was too flashman for my liking, mate. Do you know what I mean?
Stefan's saying in the chat, big up Stefan just popped in saying Celtic got all the possession but creating bugger all. St Mirren scored 2 identical goals from corners. Bloody hell. Nemeth has also said, in terms of talking about Arsenal now, for him, in his opinion, the most underrated player, in his opinion, was Lauren.
Great player. Yeah. Great player, mate. You think, right, he was a centre midfielder, weren't he?
When he came to us, yeah.
And we converted him to a right back, and yeah, he was brilliant for us.
The thing is, another thing, as I say, we brought him in, and he was a central midfielder, and straight away we were like, "This is what we want to make. We want to play him in this position." And he didn't complain; he's got on with it.
Is he coming on?
History is about to be made, boys and girls.
History about to be made, Gary. You've been proven wrong, my old son. Ryan called it.
You guys are being. What about the other players, man?
15-year-old coming on the pit, mate. This is a big, big statement.
Younger than Cesc Fabregas, about to make his Premier League debut.
There you go.
This is fucking a big statement, mate. Where's this kid come from?
Good luck to him. As I say, it makes more sense in this game because obviously the game's done now in terms of 3 points in the bag. You look ahead. Our next 2 league games, assuming one of them does definitely go ahead, he ain't going to get a chance to come on anyway, even for winning that 4 or 5-0.
Yeah.
How gutted would you be, Ryan, if the ball didn't go out of play now? How gutted would you be, mate?
Oh, for him, I'll be absolutely, because again, as a gunner, over the last few years, in terms of our academy players, I'll be gutted for him because obviously it's a big opportunity.
That's right. He took one there, Jesus. He's took that to bring him on.
Yeah, I'll take it. I've just been booked for it though.
To be fair, I'm not surprised he got booked for that. To be fair,
first foul, but it's the same. That's my first foul. If the game's done, it's my first foul. What are you doing? I mean, you got the ball. Don't by that angle anyway. It is what it is. Are we doing it now, or we have to wait a bit longer? 4 added minutes, by the way. We've been made to wait for the subs. Fucking hell. Let the kid come on.
That's it. He'll come on now. He'll come on.
4 minutes injury time.
Probably won't get a touch of the ball, to be fair to him.
Here we go. So, Fabio Vieira's going off, and our young lad's coming on.
I can't believe that kid's 15, mate. He don't even look 15, does he?
15 years and 181 days.
There's no way you sit there and think that kid's 15 while looking at him.
Not just Arsenal. Premier League history now.
This is incredible.
It's not just an Arsenal record, it's a Premier League record.
Vieira, mate.
And Saka going off as well.
Paul Davis, good player, mate. I like Paul Davis.
Yeah, I got his book. It's just come out in the last few weeks. I've got that. I've got David Dean's book the other day as well. Met David Dean. Yeah, I recommend you get both of them, especially anyone that wasn't impressed with Wenger's book but wanted a bit of a tell-all. Trust me, go and get David Dean's book.
I've got it ordered. It should be coming today.
What, you got a signed one or non-signed?
No, I ordered it last night.
Was it the Tonington have got a load as well? They've got a load signed.
Oh, have they?
So get the book. So get one. If you go into the Tolly next match day or whenever, grab one. Have that for sentimental value, but obviously read the one that's non-signed. Then you don't mind that getting a bit grubby then. But yeah, mate, straight from the off. If you skip, because obviously at the start we've got the forward thing from Wenger. If you go straight into it, literally straight away goes into.
Good players his first touch. Sorry, man.
Yeah. David Dean goes into how and why he was let go. He was basically forced out. And what the club did, how the club treated him straight away, basically. How the board basically not just forced him out, but basically cut his phone off and all that, so he couldn't even contact his family straight away to let them know. They'd find out by the media.
Yeah. Fucking love David Dean.
And how the club done, and how the rest of the board basically at the last minute done actually cold dirty and basically went back on their initial offer, and how him and Barca was basically just speechless and how things unfolded the way they all went about there. It was on the other day on Sky News, by the way, the date on the Thursday morning. There's obviously there's been a few bits and pieces being grabbed and put out there as well.
Yes.
But basically, one of the things was I didn't even notice until you saw the clip. But basically, Arsenal won an award for the best toilet facilities.
I'll see that.
Yeah, and he bought the award thing in as well, the little trophy that was given. So even when, and I think that was at a
Who's
point.
gone down?
Saliba.
It looks like just cramp.
No, is that Jesus? It's Jesus, sorry. Bit of cramp. Jesus with a bit of cramp in his leg. Man of the match was just been given, Gabriel Jesus.
Interesting after 20 minutes, isn't it, Gal? He got man of the match, and I was slating him after 20 minutes. So I wouldn't say slating him, but questioning that we weren't in the game.
Yeah. Definitely wouldn't say slating, no.
Oh, is that Jesus who's gone down?
Yes, I'm saying. Jesus,
I'm sorry, I got to be fair first. I know Jesus. Mate, I'm really happy with the performance today. I think we've been absolutely superb from first to last minute.
Yeah.
It took us about 15 minutes to make something count. Yeah. But mate, honestly, this is one of the best away performances I've seen in a long, long time.
Only Arsenal players could start. He's got school in the morning when he's back on holiday tomorrow. Yeah, I got Ray Parler's book as well, and I met Ray Parler, so he signed it for me as well. Like a year or so later after I got it. Was it 2 years? I can't remember now.
Is that it? Well done.
Yeah. Full time, down and dusted. 3 points back where we belong. Top of the league.
We're not there yet. USA has not seen that. Stop with the clapping.
Paul Davies. I couldn't get into the event. The Tollington for Paul Davies.
One sec, guys.
Always. So I ordered it online. My copy of that. But went down to Tolly with Melvin on Wednesday for David Dean book signing. Got a book for Andrew, book for Victoria's old man, book for myself. And yeah, he's a great. I like David Dean was a great guy, got very approachable, a good chat and all that. I'll see now. Yeah, I've got Arsene Wenger's book signed. I've got met Ian Wright as well. He launched his book a few years ago. I like that book. That's signed by Ian Wright. Parler's book signed. Mertesack's book I've got signed. So, and obviously now Paul Davies and David Dean. Still in the collection, but yeah, all good books. But David Dean's, to say, for anyone that's a bit about obviously Wenger's book, not being a tell-all as they wanted. David Dean, if you want a proper tell-all thing to read from that perspective, as an Arsenal fan, highly recommend you go and get this book. Also, keep your ear to the ground on the channel, because I'll do something for the channel between now and Christmas for you guys as well. So you may even have a chance to win one if you're lucky. Russ is back, says, thought it would be harder than that.
I think we've got to give ourselves credit, Russ, to be honest. Yeah. I think we made that.
That did not look. I mean, it after 20 minutes, it looked like
we just took control of the game. Yeah, we just took control. Literally, as you say, took 15-20 minutes to settle in. But once we were settled, it only looked like one team was going to win that game from now on in. 1-0 up.
And we quieted Tony, right?
Very quick. There's a very quick response between the first and second goal.
Yeah.
But we took control, and at no point did it look like letting Brentford into the game. And Brentford did, compared to last season, had no response basically. And we just put our foot down and basically said, no, we're going to win this game. We're going to win it our way. And we did our job, and I can't complain. 3 points in the bag, top of the league again. 3 goals, 3 different goal scores, all different goals as well. Celtic lost as well. There you go. No creativity, says Stefan.
Or as they say, no tap-ins today, right? So.
Yeah, usually St. Mirren roll over for Celtic, so that's a bit of a weird one. And you know what?
All right, Arsenal misfit.
Considering what's going on, the Queen's passing and her funeral tomorrow, she was a good enough. Perfect way for us to do our thing for her as well. Before a state funeral tomorrow morning. Says so the Arsenal Misfit saying, I've got to get ready for work, guys. Have a great rest of your days. Right back at you as well. But yeah. There you go. Sorry, you were saying before, you've got to go, have you? Have you got anything coming up, Gary, on your channel?
Today, no, but tomorrow I'll be on. The trip will be on tomorrow evening as usual. We should be having the Arsenal Fan Circle show today, so that should be going on later today. I think 7 p.m. for you guys in the UK.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Yeah,
I'll be in the chat for that. Don't worry.
Yeah. So no, a good day. I mean, wow. It was a I don't know, we'll call it tidy, clean game. I mean, everything about it was just like really nice. And Brentford got nothing and liked it. That's all they were going to get. We looked really good defensively. They didn't get much. They couldn't put any pressure on our defense at all.
Yeah.
Everybody got to enjoy it. And
Mr. Tom saying, what do they talk about in the Arsenal fan circle?
I can't believe we brought on a 15-year-old just to take the piss. Absolutely ludicrous.
Shit house at its finest. But Liam, what have you got coming up on your channel?
I don't know yet. I might not be now. I might be on Bray's channel later, but in the North Bank. But I'm not sure what's going on about that yet because I might be doing something else now. But I think probably the Cannon will be back this week. We'll probably have a Arsenal Roundup show at some point with Jonesy and G. So that'll be going on sometime this week, probably Wednesday or Thursday.
Yeah, cool. Oh dear. Has Martin Keane got? I don't think Keane's got a book. Yeah, don't think so. Tony Adams has got a couple. Henri's got a couple. But from their playing days, or Tony Adams' more recent ones from the last couple of years. That's the one I haven't got signed actually. There's only one I haven't got signed sober. But yeah, Keane. I don't think Keane's got a book. But yeah, I'm again happy for the kid as well, coming on and to say, just to take the piss. Let's go. Yeah, we won the game. On you go. I said it the entire game. I was getting put down by Gary about it. Why would they do that? And they went and did it anyway. Fabio Vieira, first start in the Premier League, gets a goal as well. Yep. Xhaka got an assist. And Zeju scored. Saliba. It was just everything. It had everything. You had me and Liam celebrating that 1-0. Saliba's song.
Brilliant.
We've had it all today. In terms of the channel, I'm looking to do a podcast later on. I'll try and see who's available for that. And about, I'm trying to think now, anytime from 7:30 onwards UK time, try and sort that out for you guys to give an immediate reaction to this game today. And then apart from that, obviously nothing tomorrow because obviously it's funeral, back holiday and all that. Nothing planned anyway tomorrow. And then back on Tuesday for the Arsenal women at home against Ajax in the first leg of the playoff for the Champions League group stage proper. So we're covering that here on the channel. A few of the guys, hopefully. Keep an eye out for that one. That final has been sorted as we speak. And then trying to think then, because the international break for the men's, there's no men's football. Then North London derby on Saturday. I'll be at, but we're going to try and sort out someone to host for try and sort someone out to host that for Saturday for you guys.
I can't do it. Sorry.
No, that's fine. There's other people I can talk to anyway. There's Bobby.
There's the man.
Stop waking me up.
He's happy and smug. Look at him. Well, I don't actually too happy at the moment, to be fair.
I saw the arms like, for fuck's sake, stop using me like this.
You can't wait for his England jersey.
Yeah, just get him the red one. So it's an Arsenal. It's technically Arsenal.
Does it come with it? Does it come with a handkerchief so he can,
Right,
comes-
we've seen your kits. They're not exactly fantastic. Oh dear. As I was saying, doing that on Saturday, that, and then the North London derby. I'll try and do some bits and pieces on my end, give you guys some footage from the fan perspective from the day. And then, we've got to go from there, basically. Try and fit a podcast in as well for the just dedicated for the Arsenal women during the week as well. Sort that out, get that in place and sort it for you guys as well. But apart from that, go and give Gary a subscribe to his channel and Liam as well. And everyone else in the chat, thanks for coming along, keeping us company, having a bit of a laugh, a bit of banter along the way, celebrating the goals. And we'll see you on the other side. If you are new to the channel, do smash that like button, do subscribe, do share the content around because it does help. It does help the algorithm and YouTube. Then YouTube see it, they see it being popular by doing that. They then recommend it themselves and get more people in. And the channel keep going that way as well. If you want to become a member, it's all the details across the screen. You've got two options: a 99p monthly subscription or £2.99. All the different benefits are all listed as you go into it. Or is a monthly thing. You can cancel at any time. I know the cost of living is around the corner, so that's why you got the two options there. And and keep an eye out for over the next month or so of announcement for channel giveaways as well for members and subscribers to the channel. If you're a member, you'll get double the chance, an extra chance of possibly winning these said giveaways I've got lined up for you guys. Arsenal related, of course, but keep your eye out for that. And over the next month, that'll be announced, and the winner for that will be for the giveaways I'll be doing will be announced near start of December, basically. But give me a bit of time to sort of get the word out, get your entries in, and until then, guys, enjoy the rest of your afternoon in the UK, morning or evening, wherever you are in the world, and we'll see you on the other side. And as always, we are top of the league. We're bringing on 15-year-old kids up the Arsenal. Come on, you guys.